hear the sound of that.
He's having a seizure.
Okay, that's fine. It'd be more concerned with me
Maybe
having...
he always waves to the friends.
Oh.
Every
Why
single
are you-
episode I did.
Why is it not waving me? I'm running in circles. Dodging fireballs.
So, last time the party spent most of the game sort of orientating the layout of the airship and how the renovations were to get in place and fixing up the cockpit so that it was a one-person pilot as opposed to two.
Grand design, Stevie.
So
So
she
uh,
went along to keep the whole work right.
Dio
walks in and it's probably
Dio went shopping and bought a magical item that allows him to look like a bear.
I'm a sheep.
Sorry.
What is your agenda?
I'm so used to all the other characters being male. And
the dick essential.
she bought a magical item and then went and got herself registered at
The Witches Guild.
the Witches Guild, at the town sort of guild system area, and then proceeded to cause trouble at the person.
Because a couple of simps flirted with me. That's why.
Yeah. Caused a bit of trouble. Luggage and Johnny went for a journey back to the manor and gave a skimmer plant to MacArthur, who has been progressively turning the mansion yard into a massive garden or forest of sorts.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
He's been left to his own devices, and every time you guys have come back to visit him, he has been making more and more of a forest area, as he's a druid. So that's what he does. Johnny looked into some research of Loki, but the research he was looking up was kind of outdated to begin with, and kind of it was very vague. It didn't give him much to go on.
I found the kids' book about
He found the equivalent of a
Loki
kid.
is bad. Don't be like him. Aww.
The equivalent of what you found, yep. But
She
this,
is for God.
the
Loki is for God. Loki is for bad. This is a crime.
I am sad.
And it makes sense.
Johnny was then given the suggestion of going to the Athena itself, as they might have some more updates.
You're welcome.
Who has books? Where are
On their way out of the mansion, they had not turned off the defence for the gold luggage.
I didn't understand.
Luggage actively avoided turning off the defence, and as such, Johnny has walked into the Colosseum that he's walked into many times before, and a massive four-armed construct has begun to form itself in front of him. Roll me initiative.
Initiative.
7.
It's going first.
I am surprised and peed myself.
Should we be adding dex to that? Or is that added dex?
Well, let's find out.
What's the battle like?
This is true.
That would be 11.
This
Okay, then
is
you-
some.
It's been a while since we've had a battle light,
Why is one of them yellow?
because red and yellow.
This is uncontroversial.
Fire.
It's a fire battle. I'm not dying yet. Can I start blinking when I'm dying?
You can turn around and say, luggage, help.
No, yes. My pride is on the line. What little there is of it.
Then you fall down.
You really are going to die.
Yep.
There, we can use a dragon if you want.
Actually, yeah, the dragon scale is probably a lot more accurate.
Has pride.
The size of 10 men.
Simon, if you want to flip battle cam on.
No, I will bring my back.
As it's considered a large creature, it will take up that much.
So it's the bottom left camera. You guys can see what this is.
Luggage is Iron Man.
I just wanted you to sitting there on the piano playing music.
Contact, that's actually I'm hatred. But yes.
Well, what is it?
See what I have to You chose it.
And
We all make
Sure.
mistakes.
Thank you!
I'm concerned for your child. Half luggage.
pretty good.
Does that mean it's a suitcase? Oh, that was a handbag.
So that's like a little tiny like.
Luggage is actually playing the battle music.
Messenger bag.
Well, no, I would more think rincewind style. So if you've got luggage as a big chest, it would probably be more like a tiny little, like, I don't know.
It goes into storage container when it's like 25.
One of those
Jewelry boxes.
Yeah, a jewelry box with like 20 legs on it.
You see your son and he's like, progressive, made my system. I don't like that you're transparent, son.
Cool. I've been as ill prepared as I was because it has been a while. Alright, Johnny, you're up first.
I am? Oh, that's
Yeah, it rolled a 9 in initiative.
I'm gonna win by the skin on my ass.
So not like it. Or is that total?
A total 9, I didn't roll very high.
You know what? I'm just gonna go straight for a fireball.
Firebolt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be pretty scared.
What do I have to roll for fireball?
It's just a d20 plus your spell
Right.
mod to hit. Are you just shooting it directly? Okay.
So 15 plus. What do I get plus for that? Oh, there's plus,
Plus your charisma modifier.
which is 8, I believe.
So 20.
A modifier.
Modifier.
So you know underneath charisma where it's got a number?
That one?
Yeah, plus.
Yeah, 20.
20? Cool. So you go, and the firebolt
Oh,
goes,
surprise!
and part of its armor just opens up and the firebolt goes past it.
Uh-oh.
Remembering that is 2d10.
That's the luggage. Womp womp!
I like to imagine like it just opens his mouth and oh, that's
Like
spicy meatball.
Does 17 hit?
Yep.
That's what
Very
makes me
good.
go. What's my AC? So I don't have armor.
16?
Yep.
Cool.
I get
This thing moves slightly closer to you, and all 4 of its arms sort of move up, and then it goes swing, 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 and you're able to dodge 2 of them until them smack into you.
Oh, Jesus.
I have 14. 14 AC natural. Which it probably isn't as good as the monk, if I'm correct.
Not as good as the druid.
29 bludgeoning damage.
He's got that.
This is on your flat.
No, that is my flat. I took off the armor and handed it back because it wasn't mine.
I'm on 9.
It is your turn.
Oh my god.
Is this?
It was not gonna
I told you he wasn't going to survive very long.
No, there's no question.
You aren't wearing it.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the zombie during the party.
Yay!
Unless luggage happily deactivates it.
Wait,
Hang on, I just need to look up.
die, don't you come here?
No, he doesn't. It's
Only
within
if
a minute.
only if that affects is currently.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, right.
I'm gonna go for Phantasmal Force. Just looking at what I need to roll for that.
Roll me a 100 first.
There it is.
So it should be.
42! That's not what I need.
Usually have to be 17 million.
Okay.
You should be able to handle it.
What's the last spell you saw? Because it's been a while since spells have been cast.
Your fireball was before.
No, the last spell he's seen.
But he would have seen the fireball.
Oi, luggage!
No, it's so the description is you recast the last spell you witnessed targeted at yourself.
Oh. Oh.
What's the last spell that hit me?
That's
No, the last spell that you witnessed
Whether it
targeting yourself.
would have been.
Do you know? Encyclopedia ticket over there?
I would say it would either be, if you count the potion, or
It's not a spell.
a heal, my heal, that I
Your heal.
casted on the last time that he was on bugger all health.
Cool. How does your heal work?
It would. The
It's-
potency that last time was a 4d8, so 48 heal on
Okay,
itself.
roll 48 and heal
Oh
yourself.
my god, that actually was.
And you have access to a bonus action if you want.
Yeah, that's my D8. So 4 of these.
Yep.
Holy shit.
If you're another 3?
I'll just make
No,
sure
no,
it's
I've got
d8s and
4.
not d10s.
8 is 12. 20. 22.
Cool.
Like,
You
it doesn't need to heal you. Good.
You're not in combat, so you have a bonus action and a movement if you wish to.
Kill the enemy. Oh no.
You have a bonus action and movement if you wish to use them.
What can I do with a bonus action?
Bonus stuff.
Inspire yourself.
Bonus?
No, you can't
Really?
inspire
Yeah.
yourself.
You can't.
You
There's
can
a
do
bonus
bonus
or
stuff.
something.
That's only valor.
Oh, definitely.
You can use a potion. You can use an item.
He doesn't have any potions. He's drinking.
Spells that are labeled as bonuses.
You can cast you can cast cantrips that are considered bonus actions.
Can I mold earth to put a wall in front of me?
Is it a bonus or an action?
Yeah, it is.
Is the
Yeah, why are you looking at me?
You really need to learn your own spell.
I refuse.
You also-
I'm literally in the Coliseum. Like, it doesn't work! And you're like looking up a book on notes on me?
what I've observed.
Nothing sits there for a moment, same as what's his name? Jeeves. You can kill yourself.
No, what do you really mean?
So you said mold earth, right?
One action.
Is an action.
I would run
Oh,
away.
that's a time.
I would run away
Yeah,
and make
that's
a wall.
That's not a bonus action, so we
Damn
can't.
it.
You have movement, and you have
Let's
bonus
just put
action.
it as
Wait, cutting words?
cantrip.
Cutting words is technically a bonus action. I don't know. Do you have cutting words?
I do, but it can't have feelings, is it wrong?
It doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
Does not work like that.
It's not quite how it works. So
That's how I like to think of it.
it has to make a save against your spell.
Can I... Hang on, I have another idea. Can I put down my pocket of holding and jump?
It is a bonus action to put it down, then it will be an action to one bolt.
You can bonus action
that
throw.
could be considered as movement.
No.
No, because it still has to do the action to.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I
bonus action.
throw it out and run away?
Okay, so you throw the pocket.
Somewhere.
This is going to be your pocket.
Yeah.
So you throw it out in front of you.
Yeah. And then I run away.
So where are you running?
As far away as possible.
So like at
I
here.
have a speed of 30.
Speed of 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
25, 30. So you're slightly off now.
So I'm in the negative zone.
We just see the head the same. It's all good.
Cutting words is actually a reaction.
Oh, cutting. No, vicious mockery. Yeah.
So as a note, you can just react and make them do less, or not hit you possibly.
Oh, right, I should try that.
Yeah, pretty much every time someone tries to hit you, yes.
Yeah,
I'll do
And
that.
vicious is an action.
Okay. Cool. So it hovers about 10 feet forward over the hole.
Like going in front of the camera.
No, you're good.
And because you're not in range, it sits there.
Oh. Is it close combat only?
It just sits there.
Okay. Is it in the hole?
It's hovering above the hole.
Rude. Oh, not good enough.
It looks like it has sort of like a mechanic part where its legs could be, but they don't touch down on the ground.
Right.
So it seems like it just floats.
I'm going to try my new
Is he-
god power.
What college is he?
I can't remember.
He might be able to shoot cutting words.
No, he can inspire through battle combat, I think. Yeah. Oh.
That would be valor, which means that he can't do cutting words.
I'm going to try and cast Guiding Bolt. But first I have to roll my...
Roll to hit.
Yeah. Well, first my...
Roll to hit.
Oh, that's right, I will skip that. Cool.
If he's six, he gets 2 of that.
No, that's... What was my spell?
Your charisma modifier.
It's wisdom. He's doing a different category. It's wisdom. 2? So what did you roll?
I just rolled a 2, there's no wisdom bonus.
So you go and you go to fire something. Your bracelet
Yeah.
starts to fuse itself around and sort of mold and becomes what looks like a snake made out of fire. And then this guiding bolt blasts out of your hand and just sort of fizzles out near the front of this thing.
Ah,
And this thing just kind of looks at it. and then looks at you, and then just sits there.
I'm always
Your
disappointed.
blaster coming out of the
No, I'm always disappointed when I'm premature. I run further away.
It's just ranged spell attack, so it's still be a solution.
Is it still screwed?
Yeah, because it has a ranged spell attack, which is
Bloody good day.
it's always your casting.
I'm just tired, I swear.
As he was
It still wouldn't have hit anyway.
if he was a cleric and he was casting a cleric spell, then it would be wisdom modified. As it's bard using bardic attack, in theory, it would still be
Technically not bard, it's cleric, but yeah. So you turn and run.
Yeah.
So what happens is you run out of this arena.
No, I'll run around the arena.
Oh,
That's fine.
You can literally tell him where you want to move. That's what this whole thing's about.
I'm gonna go
5 per square.
5 percent, so that's
And you can do 6 squares if you have a standard 30 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So the edge there.
Yeah.
Consider this the back of the arena, so
Oh, yeah, we'll break
there.
it.
Cool.
Oh, good.
I'm just counting for range for me.
You will
Don't
not
help me.
The range to
18, 19.
If you keep this spot
It
healing me,
turns.
you can do it. Just to hurt me.
2 days later, you're still doing
it
it.
goes forward
You got
and
this.
sits there.
Heal some more. I love seeing you in pain.
It's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna try Phantasm
2 hours
Force
later.
again.
Roll D100.
Low power, just wait.
That one.
It does take an action
One.
to go in and out.
Oh, okay.
That's not good. I remember one distinctly not being good.
It gets cast on this.
I have to roll on this table at the start of your next turn for the next minute.
Yeah, that's right. That one's the worst one.
it's chaotic. Wait, so you rolled a 1 on the
Yep.
100, say. Okay. So
Oh,
you can, I think you can
Yeah.
still cast the spell. I think, or actually no, yeah, re-roll again because it's
yeah, I immediately have to keep.
you have to take on the new effect that's taking place.
22.
All charisma checks are reversed, so it's not really relevant at the moment.
Oh no,
Or
I'm not feeling
It's the
confident
duration,
anymore.
which is a minute.
Yes.
just wondering whether he tries to convince me to
I wonder why.
Cool. It's turn. It goes.
No, I still need to run.
You still need to run. Okay.
Thrilling combat. Wait till you see this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It sits there and all 4 of its arms are going like this as it's moving towards you.
Oh no, it's a giant box of my weakness.
It's your turn again.
I assume it's forgotten what the combat we did with it a bit
Yes.
previously, so otherwise it would have.
Yes.
Oh my god, if I hit it with
It's
wild
gone.
magic, does it start hitting back with wild magic?
Potentially what you hit with, yes.
If you hit it.
Alright, let me
So-
try Phantasmal Force again.
So you've got to roll the 100 first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, for the spell or just because the effect keeps going?
The effect keeps going.
Yeah.
At the
One
the start of your turn.
95, so that one I passed.
Okay, cool. Now you can cast the spell as your action.
Do I need to
No,
roll
no,
it?
you have to roll it again because now the action is to cast the spell.
I got double that. 77, I'm good this turn.
Cool. You can cast.
Feeling good!
You can cast Phantasmal Force on this creature, which has to make a save, which I don't think it will pass.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it won't pass.
Thank God.
Yeah. Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay.
I'm just like, God, I hope it's dumb. God, I hope it's dumb.
What happens if the intelligence is 1?
Their intelligence is one.
Yeah.
Like the roll.
No. If does the spell take effect to a creature whose intelligence is 1?
Yeah, let's just make a save on intelligence. Up.
Yeah.
Luggage in the background. It works
What?
like this!
What is it seeing?
Iron bars all around it.
10-foot cube.
Yeah.
Cool. So
A
it's
small.
it takes up the 10-foot cube, and these iron bars are around it, and it goes, and sort of feels like it's trapped. And you can sort of see it now locking all 4 of its arms together like this and sort of moving around, and it takes psychic damage if it hits it, from what I can remember.
Yes.
So,
Which means it's always taking psychic damage.
Only when it
so
touches
first
it.
of all, Isen can take an action for investigation to figure out what the fuck's going on its turn.
Yep.
While the target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as real. So it will say, okay, I can't move. Or it can try to smash the bars. If it tries to smash the bars,
That's where it
then
takes
will
damage.
take the 1d6 psychic damage.
This is how I win. I'll give it a migraine.
Is it immune to psychic?
That's how you win at home.
Hey.
No.
Ayo!
This thing kind of stares at the bars and just goes, and just sits there, just staring at what you think is the bars. And one of its arms starts to become incorporeal.
Uh-oh. Ghost arm!
I need you to make an intelligence save.
As it does the exact same thing back to you.
Oh no! We're gonna be in permanent brain cages.
You're in a permanent mind palace.
It can cast Phantasmal Force. What it does, it's up to you.
10 plus 1, 11.
Yes.
Is it fail?
I'm stuck in a really dingy brothel.
You're also stuck in a cage.
Oh no! Okay.
Are you doing alright?
I'm in a cage! And not the one I like!
Beginning of your turn. Roll 100. Roll 100.
Yep.
I'm in a cage. Negative.
Hold on.
46. That's something.
Yeah, 8 more. It is a minute, right?
It's a minute. Yeah.
Oh, go keep count it that for you.
Thanks. 46.
Yeah. Oh my god, if I get the reincarnation, I can hit the cage and kill myself.
Your skin becomes slightly bluer.
Oh, that's right, that's one of the safest ones on there.
It's a slightly more vibrant blue than it was before.
Oh, God, sparkly.
You can now
This is back up.
you can now roll again to see if you can see through the Phantasmal Force.
Investigation.
What is this? I don't recognize it. Nope. 10.
You stare at this cage and go, this place is just insane. This cage just.
Where did it come from?
What is this?
What is what?
I just tried this on the creature and now I have a cage.
On me?
I don't understand.
Can I do anything else apart from investigate?
You have your action. Well, no, that is your.
That
you
is.
can choose your action to be investigated.
Otherwise, you'll take damage from it if you try to do something.
If you try to move through the cage, you would be hurt by it.
I can't cast a spell in the cage.
You can do whatever you want.
It's a
on the
cage.
but you've now used your
You
action.
use-
Spell magic.
To spell what magic?
Oh right, I don't know that it's magic.
Yeah. You wouldn't know to do that yet, or where to do it.
Just
The
I gotta like.
The creature stares at the cage as well, and one of its arms goes. And sits there. It's your turn. Roll a 100. You've just noticed them go and just stop in mid-battle, and they're just now standing there awkwardly sort of squeezing each other.
48.
48?
Getting lots of 40s.
So,
You become seasick.
Oh no!
Roll me a con save whether you hold the concentration on the spell.
Shit!
You're gonna die.
This is chaos incarnate, and you wonder why Loki picked you.
Does that mean Loki?
19 plus 3, 22.
Cool, you hold concentration. It still thinks it's in a cage.
That's Loki watching this. Yeah, he's just like, perfect.
Fantastic!
I'm just holding my monitor. Oh no!
If the creature sees through the
Jokes
illusion,
on
it
you,
drops,
my
right?
gag reflex. No,
if it sees the illusion no longer exists.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You're
that.
sitting in the cage, and suddenly
Oh shit!
He's always doing something chaotic. Would Loki always be like me to save him? Because he's like, but I want to see more.
Do I get another go to break out?
you can give another go to.
What's your charisma? Modify?
Or
Plus
just
5.
find someone
Because
else.
Loki knows that,
And
probably knows that he can
three.
just raise them.
That's
He's
true.
like, this could be even better.
16.
I didn't think it was over 19.
And just find another.
Yeah. Thing.
Easily replaced. Go to the supermarket, get tiefling in a box.
Your turn.
Your turn.
God damn it. Please,
Just
I
a
need
bunch of
intelligence.
Johnnies.
No, I need the 100 first.
Oh, yeah, right.
You also know the spells drop. as
22.
well. 22?
You no longer have to hold concentration because it's not.
Your charisma checks are back to normal.
Love it.
God damn it. Okay, so now I can try and break out.
Now
You have a choice. You have your turn. If you want to use investigation as your action to check it, you can. Or you can use your action as you normally would. Just know if you try to run at it, you're going to hit the cage and hurt yourself.
Because you think you're in a cage.
You're going to cast Phantasmal Force on it again. Oh, you have to use a
Do
level
you
3
really
spell.
expect any less?
Okay, roll 100 first.
It's like only useful spell. Even then, usefuls are like a stretch.
It's definitely not your only useful spell.
89. I'm good.
You're good. Phantasmal Force. It fails. What does it see? Another cage?
Yeah.
You can literally make us see anything you go.
No, I've done the equivalent of Pokemon. They use a paralyzed heal, and I use Thunderwave again. We're back at stage 1.
It sits there and goes FUD into the side of the cage. Roll psychic damage.
1d6.
Thank
sorry.
you.
On your turn, the Phantasmal can deal 1d6 if it's in the area. So this can happen every turn.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If they walked onto it or punched it, it would also cause the damage.
Yeah.
So in theory, you could have actually done 3d6 and 4d6 as such.
That's
Down
true.
3d6, down 40.
Roll damage anyway. We'll go from there.
Yeah, okay.
3 damage.
I'm wearing them down.
It, like you see, like this sort of the psychic of its damage take place, and one of its arms just blinks.
Luggage, did that help?
Negative.
Unknown.
You are no longer trapped in a cage.
Oh.
I rolled below 10 on its concentration.
God.
You're no longer trapped in a cage.
Aren't you lucky?
Huzzah!
It's now going to roll the.
Okay.
It's damage, isn't it?
It's damage. It's 10 or half the total damage, whatever one is higher.
10 or half, yeah, cool.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. So my turn?
I was rolling to see through the thing. It's a wisdom to see through it, right?
Investigation.
It's investigation.
So it's
Oh.
intelligence, which
So it's a -5. Okay, cool. So that won't see through. Cool. Your turn.
Oh,
So
gee.
you can choose to steal 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Roll 100 first.
You are now halfway through once you do this roll.
Chaos.
40.
40.
No, 2d10.
Maximize the damage of the next damaging spell you cast within the next minute.
Oh, cool. Okay,
So,
that's useful.
what's the maximum damage your Phantasmal Force can do, for instance?
6.
Yes, or you could do another spell like your fire.
Yeah, but that's if it casts it at it, though.
Yes.
That's a whole other check.
Yes, you've got a guaranteed 6 damage if it hits
I'll
it.
go with the guaranteed 6.
Cool. So it takes 6 damage.
Yeah. Then I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
You might also want to move.
Cast invisibility! What is that?
Roll 100.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, that's a racial trait. That's not.
Yeah, that's true. That's
If
a
it,
racial
says,
trait.
if it says cast invisibility, that comes under your choice.
I've considered it a racial thing, not him casting.
Because I can only do it once, but
As a race, you can cast it, but I haven't. Yeah. You watch as this, like the damage hits it, and all 4 of the arms blink a little bit.
I
And
don't know
you're
what that means.
and now you're invisible, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Luggage starts.
And I run away.
Luggage starts to roll fortunes.
Roll me initiative.
What did you think was going to happen?
Nothing. I expected you to be a coward.
I just wear people down.
I was expecting you to die
Okay.
right off the bat.
You've now involved luggage because you disappeared.
Oh no! Can I?
Okay, so
Does calling out break invisibility?
no, you can yell it.
Luggage, I'm good.
We've accidentally figured out that attacks are the only thing that breaks it. Yelling invisible doesn't do anything.
You probably have to wait till next turn, as I haven't moved yet. But I will.
It's Luggage's turn now, so Luggage walks
Full 30 feet towards it.
Shut
5,
it down.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I need to figure out where he is first.
God damn it. Put on your goddamn infrared or something.
You can't see invisible.
That's your one weakness?
Why not? You can still stab me to death.
The creature just goes bang, 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 bang at the cage. Roll damage. And got missed and just attacked it.
5.
Cool.
Johnny, where are you? Where have you gone?
I'm invisible!
I can't see my own way.
I'm gonna throw my voice. Make it a check.
So it's your turn now. Roll
I'm
100.
gonna throw my voice still on.
Roll 100 first.
Yep. I accidentally spit fireballs in your ear. 23.
22, come for that. Oh,
Cool. You looking around, and then suddenly, pile of grease just appears, and Johnny is just standing there.
I'm covered in grease.
He cast grease on
Makes
himself.
sense.
God,
It's not my turn, I can't do anything, so just...
It's your turn now. What are you doing now?
God, I hope this thing doesn't have fire magic.
Cassie grab onto you and stuff.
How would I go and get an advantage roll for the crabs?
Johnny, use lube.
Johnny now has...
Oh no, I'm oversupplied.
It was super.
No, I have a secret grease market that I sell to.
So 2 questions. What are you doing? Can you look up? Is invisible considered concentration?
Invisibility.
Yeah. Because if it's
It's not
considered.
really invisible.
No, but if he casts a spell, it means he drops.
Action.
Just you cast voice as such with that.
I'll cast healing words on myself.
You can do it, bro.
That's.
I have to look it up. I don't remember what healing. How much is healing?
Invisibility is concentration.
Okay, so it's dropped. It's phantasmal, is what I wanted to check.
Oh, that's the case. I'm doing that again.
What, invisible?
Yeah. No, phantasmal force.
Okay, roll.
I'll use a level 3 to do it.
Roll the 100.
Gotta run out of those real quick. 7. That's not good. The low numbers are not to be trusted, because that's what I had the worst ideas.
That's casting a spell or stuff, Jim.
See?
Your hands switch places with your feet.
Oh shit!
Is that the start of the turn?
Gotta be great.
There's been casting.
Hang on, I'll take my shoes off.
No, people heal.
I need you now to make a disadvantaged dex save.
That's why it's disadvantage! No! Oh no, I need an assist. Put it in the boots. 8. Another one.
It's 8 plus your dex.
Alright, I have no problem. One of the ways I'll take you there. Keep going.
Dex plus
Another room. 4.
12.
What's your spell DC?
I think it was 16.
16.
Cool, you fail, you slip, and fall prone!
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh man, my little finger shouldn't be touching the ground.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine!
Stu.
Deception.
I've seen this before. And
No,
I
you
thought-
haven't
Not the
seen
feet,
this
not
one.
the feet one, no.
The big one's new.
Your choice to take this as you will.
Isn't it the
At
thing's
least you
turn first?
can
No,
lick
it's
your
your take
toes
first.
now.
He says he's
I
fine.
really need a manicure.
Don't need him to
I
deceive
don't
me.
need pedicure.
Paying attention. I will take
Yeah.
step back to my
Manicure.
previous shit.
I was gonna say, totally not you.
Is this permanent? I don't remember.
1 minute.
Oh yeah.
If you require my assistance,
I really wanted it to be permanent, but I was being
It comes closer and then stops and just kind of looks at you, and the corporeal arm kind of raises up a bit. Give me a save.
Why? Wait, what? Is that dexterity?
No, it's a spell save. It's
or
with Phantasmal Horse.
intelligence.
It's intelligence.
1? 6!
You're lying there, then you feel like you've just been stabbed by a whole bunch of like things coming through the ground, and you take 6 psychic damage.
What's the phantasm?
The Phantasm is a bunch of
25.
spikes that just
I
pop
can't
through the
change
ground,
that.
so he's taking the
He's
same.
thinking his like ankles.
Yeah.
He's thinking this like it's considered difficult terrain, but he's also in difficult terrain.
At least you are
just
limited
put it
by a wall at this point.
Top 50! When do you believe it? No, down to?
Johnny, when you're ready.
Getting there! Done.
Josh, can you roll a d100 for him, please? I think this is the second last
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna need that one. That was just that one and that one. These
2 d10s.
73.
Are you fine? Cool. What do you do?
Back shoes, man.
What do you do? You're lying prone.
It's half your movement to stand up. There are spikes all around you.
It's considered difficult terrain, so you move like 1/4
shoe
movement.
Yes.
Greasy's like, Grease, like me!
You couldn't walk on your hands, I will allow that.
Please, Grease.
Gus! I'll just fly away! No. I got one shot of this. That Tesla falls again!
No!
Yes!
No.
Roll 100,
I
please.
believe I can help you.
No, I got this.
No, he's casting a spell.
I've got a 30. It's bad whatever you roll.
Oh shit.
39.
39. Ah, there we go. I lost the list, it just moved.
Oh no.
You're gonna remain with these hands.
Do I pierce it?
I really wish it was
Just
permanent.
standing there waiting now. He moved back.
39?
Yeah.
Cool. Maximize the damage of the next damage spell you cast within the next minute.
Okay.
You
So
cast
this is-
Phantasmal.
And you're casting Phantasmal Force on him?
Yeah.
So.
But I didn't get to the casting of Phantasmal Force.
Because it's a cave.
Because it's that. Yeah,
so blocked
okay.
by that.
So your next damage spell. Cool.
Movement and bonus action.
So that is all my level 2 and level 3 stuff.
You can get up, and you can laugh at it if you want as a bonus action. But you've got half
Can I
movement.
just slide on the ground away?
You're going to crawl over.
I'm
So
gonna crawl away. I don't think I can stand.
you start crawling on like spikes on the ground as you start crawling through them.
It's like one of those massage
I
guns
was
that are
just
spiky.
thinking for 5 feet. D6. Depending on how far I move.
Yeah, how far are you moving?
So like the cage is on me as well.
No, it's not a cage, it's spikes. You're crawling through spikes.
Okay.
Kidneys.
6.
Okay, you're good.
I can take some damage. It's either the spikes or the
What-
this.
What are you doing? I just would like to know.
Okay,
Are
I'll
you-
move through the spikes a little bit.
Are you getting up or are you crawling through them?
I'll attempt to get up.
Okay, so you stand up half in it. You can move 3 squares because it's considered difficult terrain.
And I am difficult to move right now. I'll move 3 squares, please.
1, 2, and you get out of the grease because it only takes up a 10-foot space, so it's no longer.
Oh my god.
Difficult.
So slimy.
And just drop the d6.
Oh, I am.
Eyebrows.
He's still
Wait,
probably.
wait.
No, he stood up.
Sorry, I'm not fully listening.
That's fair.
You take 9 points of psychic damage as you're walking on these spikes.
Oh, good me. I give myself a pat on the back.
Not enough. You mean a kick on the back?
Luggage, are you still in the initiative order?
I'm in the initiative, but I'm just standing.
Cool.
Because he seems to be. He hasn't called out for help, and he said he's fine.
Seems to
And
be okay.
I can see
Fine.
him. Well, I don't know what his health is.
It's very flammable.
It
My
gets,
trap has come together.
it gets
Yes.
nearby, and so it's so the grease.
But it's connected to you.
The
No, I
grease,
just got outside of
the
it.
grease is here.
Covered
It's
in
out.
grease. Wouldn't it be like
I'm also
trapped
partially
in?
fireproof.
Oh, okay.
Of course I am. The amount of times people try to light me on fire, come on.
So
He's
you're
not fireproof.
you're out of the phantasmal force, and it's out of the grease.
Alright.
It's there. It sits there and waits.
Did it enter the group?
No, Johnny.
I will attempt to cast healing words on myself.
A 10.
It is
D100 first, because I think there's one more round after
One
this.
more.
30.
30.
That's for the start of the turn.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh no.
Cool. Okay, this is different. I need to find a stat for this.
Oh no, I've summoned something.
What's the creature?
Hold on.
If you've got it, that's okay. It might be in the book. Oh wait, is it? No, it's not as cheap. You got rid of that one,
It's
didn't
a creature.
Yeah.
Gross.
My god,
Face
Elijah.
you. What's the creature?
So you can.
He's getting it.
I already asked as well.
I already asked that question.
I got the app as well.
Watch out.
I'm the most boring combat ever.
No, not good. Bestiary or whatever.
Bestiary.
Bestiary. Just got every creature. So it's good. Yeah, it's like one here.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Probably has more, right?
Yeah, probably does it more. Just a little bit more.
I had that one.
Cool.
Gets the job done.
So you find this kind of interesting, but so you go to cast whatever it is you were going to cast.
Cast spell!
Your gauntlet flashes a little bit, and you kind of you look at your hand as it kind of turns kind of greenish and kind of webbing itself together. You look at your other hand, and then
No, my other foot. Keep this correct.
so your feet are getting webbed. They're still kind of feet shaped, and you kind of look down,
Am I becoming?
and you're gonna your tongue's longer. You
Did I finally catch it?
you transform into a giant lizard.
Yes!
You have cast polymorph on yourself.
This just got interesting.
I assume you specify within that.
And I have specified what it is. That's what I was grabbing up. You'll obviously
that person lizards.
This one does.
I'm an
Vivian
uncool.
said one.
He's an amphibian lizard.
I like to think I cast
Two different things.
No, I like to think I cast polymorph, not knowing the animal correctly. Because that makes way more sense.
You technically now have more hit
And
points.
lizard.
Yeah,
Because when you drop to 0, you
And
can
lizard.
the original.
so the stats are you.
So my hit points go back up.
You have a total of 19 hit points as a giant lizard because you've cast polymorph on yourself. Your AC is 12. You have a 30-foot speed of ground and climbing, so you can climb things. You can bite as an action.
When you come out of this, so when you go from 19 to 0,
Yeah.
you then come back to your 17 that you have now.
So what would you like to do as a giant lizard as movement? Giant is a giant lizard.
Can I climb the wall?
Yes.
Handle the ceiling?
Not quite.
Depending on how far the wall is.
Yeah.
The wall
I'd
is
love to know what Loki's thinking. I really do.
excellent.
15, and then you start
Call on this one.
I became a lizard pal. How do you do that? I'm making lizard noises.
The phantasmal force of spikes that you saw there have gone, almost like it drops the spell. It moves here and stops and just kind of hovers here like this. Yeah. It's your turn.
So I can't cast any of my spells, can
You cannot cast things as spells.
I? So I just have what, blighting?
You can bite it. You have a plus 5-foot reach biting
Connections a lot.
with a
That's cool.
plus 4 to hit, so roll into attack. You also, I think this would null and void the 100D roller, so you've lost that now.
Okay.
One left.
So can I climb on the ceiling or no?
You want to keep climbing up?
Yeah.
So you climb another.
Sideways.
I want to go up the ceiling.
30 feet high.
I'm gonna buy it from upwards.
Are you gonna like superhero end it?
No, I'm gonna go up on the ceiling and lean my head back and buy it.
You're 30 up. There's another about 30 feet above you there.
Damn,
And,
it's not tall
and
enough.
then there's a cabin up here, and it's hovering down there and just sitting there watching you.
Look good, can't fly.
It's your turn again. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there watching.
Is it like polymorph on its own?
No, because the spell wasn't cast at it.
It becomes a lizard fight. Fuck, I wish that happened.
What are you gonna do?
Am I high enough to jump on top of it?
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna do this.
Give me a dex save to see whether you land on it.
This is my normal dex.
No, just roll
I haven't even listed it.
you're plus 1.
9. No, 6. So that's 6.
Wah, wah.
I'm not any more coordinated.
You jump and just kind of go, and just crash in front of it.
To be fair, that must fit for lizards.
And And you just kind of crash down on the ground. And you're technically prone lying on the ground.
What was a drag?
The lizard noise makes just growling noises and lands in front of this creature. This creature looks down.
I'm still afraid.
You just
You're about to take 4 fists to the face.
Oh no! If it pulls my tail off, does it grow back?
not that kind of lizard.
Shit!
It goes and punches down twice at you,
Yeah.
and you kind of, as you're kind of, and everything it misses, and then the third one just uppercuts you
Oh no!
with a crit. You take 19 points of damage, and the polymorph almost feels like it's punched out of you, and you are now Johnny again.
Oh shit!
As this thing
We go back
then
to
looks at its
17.
own hand like it's very confused.
Is it now?
You just saw Johnny get punched out of this lizard.
Standing
Anti-magic fist!
He landed prone, so no, he's still prone.
Like a landing point.
Yeah.
He rolled
That's
terrible
crap.
dex to land.
That's a crap.
Johnny, it's your turn.
Well, it's an amphibian apparently, so.
It's a lizard amphibian.
Can't look that.
D&D.
Amphi-
D&D.
Amphibious lizard. Get it right.
And Lysian?
I'm gonna run away. Am I?
And as a lizard amphibian is not the correct term.
I'll let you not be
So,
prone, because you're right in its action.
So I'm gonna run
Don't enable this shit.
Enable it, please.
6 away.
Cool.
Thank you
One
for
of its
enabling
arms
it.
turns and makes a swing for you. Misses.
Oh my god. And I'm gonna cast healing words on myself. Attempt to cast healing words on myself.
Healing words is bardic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Level 1 spell.
Okay.
It's me.
So first, roll mention.
Which one he's using
Yeah.
for?
33. That's not good.
Wait, we had that?
I think maybe.
He's casting a spell.
So it's really...
You know, I'm just querying whether wasn't he going crit or
You cast Fog Cloud on yourself. This area where you are now is considered difficult to see, as a fog cloud appears around you.
I'm invisible.
Oh my god.
This is where you should stay in the kitchen where you belong.
Yeah.
I imagine Luggage has seen this before when I try to do like a card trick and it went wrong.
Johnny, you're up.
Luggage just watched you fart before.
So he can't see me.
It knows there's a fog cloud there.
Cool.
You could roll stealth to hide from it.
And then run.
I will allow you to roll stealth to hide from it in a cloud of smoke, as this thing has not the ability to see visible in true sight and all that weird chaos that exists.
I just cast Firebolt at it
From inside? Cool. Roll to hit. And because of the first spell you're attacking with, it's maximum damage.
16 plus.
8. So plus your charisma, which is 5.
Yeah, so 21.
21. Are you shooting at it or one of its arms?
At it.
It? Okay. The fireball just goes, and it just kind of moves like this as this fireball goes past it.
God damn it!
20 foot by the way, if it's 5.
And then it moves here.
Uh-oh.
So it's on the edge of the fog, and it starts kind of moving its hands like this, trying to move the fog cloud. And it spends its action actively trying to do this.
To get rid of it.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's clearing up the fog cloud in that 1 5-foot square as it goes.
A wind of moderate or greater speed.
Tashi's
It's
hideous
10 miles
laughter.
per hour.
Is it a save it has to do?
Oh.
I don't remember.
Wisdom.
Yeah, I think it is.
Roll me a 100, please.
Yeah,
It's just the longest I've had. I mean, I've got a thing that. Oh my god, there we go.
21.
Wisdom save.
21.
Doesn't matter.
All charisma checks are reversed.
Oh, god damn it!
If it has it's got an intelligence 1, did you say?
Mm.
It wouldn't be affected anyway.
Oh,
4
right.
or less isn't affected.
It's too stupid to be insulted.
Pretty much. It moves another.
No, I still get to move.
Oh, you, yeah,
doesn't get
yep.
the joke, man.
I just run that way. As far away as I can.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
As you
Yeah.
come running out of the Are you sure you do not
It
require
moves. It
assistance?
moves.
No, good.
It moves into the fog cloud. You can see it kind of half sticking out of the fog cloud. It's like it's just following where you've been. It's your turn.
They have two
The power of
level 1
chaos.
Two level 1 spells left.
Order food. Balance.
None of these spells are going to work on something like that. I'm just going to healing words myself is the only useful spell.
Okay.
You want
What cleric spells did you give yourself?
Guiding bolt
That's damaging.
and
Like fat bastard.
I forgot about the other one. I don't know where the other one is.
I'm so
I mean, it's
sick.
whatever you.
Sick.
No, How does he get his cleric spells? His cleric spells?
He just seems to think he knows them for some reason. For the same way he gets his bardic spells, he just kind of knows them.
So it's not
20.
Actual cleric
20?
vision. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, you're required to do that at least once while you're pregnant.
Cool, this isn't effective for you.
Around the end.
For the next hour, all bodies of water look like lava to you.
What?
For the next hour, all bodies of water look like lava to you.
Grease.
It won't affect anything at the moment.
Create water!
I want to take
No,
another.
bodies.
Woo!
Bodies of water.
You
So
can't come in here, it's lava.
If only I could take him out the other door.
I now
Yes.
run out, like, just in front of one which is still in the arena.
So,
So
5,
listen.
10, 15, 20,
Yeah.
30. So you're standing in
Yeah.
front there.
I'm fine!
Can I take 2 steps forward and heal?
Wake up.
And then take 2 steps back?
Bring this up.
I mean, well, no, wait. You called out I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Uh,
Confidence. Confidence is key.
so yeah, it's moved this way behind you. It hasn't done anything else, and you've moved there. You can still do an action. No, his movement wasn't connected to the spell. The spell is part of the new turn.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm
Let you do it.
So I can still move again, or
you can still move again.
I'll further run away?
Which way?
The furthest away.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You go, and you've done your action there. It moves here. It's your turn.
Healing words.
Just give it up.
No! 77. I finally get to it.
You can heal yourself.
4. Max. Or 4 plus your modified max. D4. Roll a D4 and add.
Where's my D4 there? I healed 9.
Wow.
Wow.
Such heal much wow.
I've already found the 30 feet, by the way, when he goes to move. That's great.
That is considered
Yeah.
the arena.
I'm gonna move like roughly in the middle of that pencil. Yeah, about there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'm sweating bullets.
What do you do now?
Sweat bullets?
He's
You have an
sweating
action.
bullets? Ooh, that's not good.
You have an action.
Your spells do that.
That thing's starting to
I
get
can't
close
do
to
another
me.
spell or anything.
You have an action.
Regret. Regret?
Well, that was my last level 1.
No regrets.
You have cantrips you can fire at it.
Yeah.
They aren't considered wild, so you can
Firebolt! Firebolt! Firebolt!
Pretty much firebolt, pretty much.
roll a hit.
Plus 5.
24.
Cool.
Arm this time.
Which arm?
Oh, god damn it.
Uh,
What the fuck is this? Simon says.
There are 4 arms.
upper left, upper right, lower left, and lower right.
Upper right.
Upper right. How much damage? It's 2d10s.
So your chaos rolls.
Alright.
And instead of being 0,
So 9. And a 7.
16. 16 to the top.
And it was upper left or upper right?
Right.
Alright, cool. You go, and the arm just goes, and just explodes.
Finally!
And then one of the arms starts to blink a little bit, and then bits of fire starts to come off it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, as soon as you get more damaging, it gets more damaging. This is fun to watch.
I start doing
I'm
this
sure
properly.
that's his first damage he's done. Apart from the
Fantastic.
Yep.
Do you actually say uh-oh?
Or SpaghettiOs.
It moves there, and the corporeal arm.
Yeah.
Give me a save.
Uh-oh.
Intelligence.
Yep.
12.
You feel like suddenly there's like a box around you and like the square again. You feel like you're trapped. The flame head lifts up and then fires at you.
A solid box or cage?
a solid box.
Can I do
You
cutting?
can't see shit.
Can I do cutting words to try and distract it?
From an attack, yes, you roll a d6 off whatever you roll as the 5-volt attack.
Yep.
3.
What's your AC?
15.
This is still going to hit you.
Damn!
It's 19 losing 3 is 16. So
Isn't it half damage because it's fire?
it will do half damage because it is fire. Yes. You're standing there and then suddenly
Oh no!
What level does it count as?
it counts as the same spell it was hit with.
So shitty.
So 2 10s. You take 8 fire damage halved to 4.
What do you mean shitty? 2d10's fine.
It's your turn now. You're trapped in the box.
You can't
You
see
can't
anything.
you can't see out of the box. There's light coming in the box. It's like the movie equivalent of you're trapped underground kind of thing. You can see everything that's here, but there's just a box in the way.
So I have to either investigate or do something.
Any spell that requires sight won't work.
Anything to sight him. obviously.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
hear
it'd
yourself.
be a disadvantage to shoot at it through the box.
I'll investigate it.
Forcing Johnny to
to think.
act reasonable.
Critical fail, 1.
Oh!
But no, there's a special table for critical fails.
For you, at least.
For him, because of his cleric race.
Oh no.
You don't.
Roll me 1d100, please. As you feel the feeling of this chaotic curse take place.
4.
You yell your own name non-stop until the end of your next turn. All foes gain advantage on you, and
So which name, Johnny or Sergeant Pumpkin?
it'll be Johnny. Johnny
Right,
is...
I imagine I just alternate through all my fake names.
Johnny! Sergeant Pumpkin! He just starts shouting
Yes,
nonsense.
that is your name. Yes, that is your name. Yes, that is your name.
I have not heard that one before.
That explains. It's like you've never seen a wanted poster for like
That
Jeremy
reminds me of
Cricket. That's you.
I remember that poster.
You're not a cricket.
You take 8 fire damage, reduced to 4 again.
You're fucked.
Are you on 11 or are you on 7?
No, I'm on 18.
Oh, you heal yourself, right?
Yeah.
He be shazy.
And then you also go and feel this psychic damage of 1.
Right in the kidney.
It's like fighting myself. It
It's just
sucks.
going to turn to as he still just watches this.
Johnny, it's your turn as you're finished shouting your name. Or, in your case, just your aliases.
Say your name, say your name.
From now on, every time he uses an alias, if you've never heard of it before, you have advantage.
Okay.
Only you, because you've just heard him use all these aliases.
I will note that down. Advantage on remembering aliases for Johnny.
Whenever I come up with a stupid name, you know it already.
You know if he's used the alias somewhere else. Or if you hear about a weird name, you know that.
If you hear about a weird guy in another town, it's me.
You see a wanted post and you do a history check and it's Johnny.
Pretty much, yeah.
You, yeah.
Yeah, well, what are you doing?
I'll investigate the case.
Jesus.
That's all he can do.
5, 6.
I'm in a box!
Box.
I'm in a box!
It's just like that play.
Johnny
Five.
in the box.
Where the hell
10.
did this
Bear
box come
box.
from?
It's standing there.
Boxing
It
Johnny.
won't hit you with a firebolt. You will take 6 psychic damage. It goes to fire this firebolt at you, and also at the same time decides to concentrate on the psychic damage at the same time. It just kind of misses you. You're standing there, and this firebolt just kind of goes next to you, and you're like,
4?
Decade. That was 6.
No, what are you left on?
11.
your turn.
Dun dun dun!
Can I mold earth a hole under my feet?
Mold earth a hole.
Yeah, so I
You
can,
can,
quickly
you
duck
can
down.
just go make a hole.
Yeah. Go on to that.
When you do that, for some reason you feel like there's a box below you as well, so you just freed up the bottom part of the box.
He would fall through the box.
I know, but he's created a hole to jump into, but he's created this hole and the bottom of the box is there.
where the hole is.
Yeah, so you can't see the hole you've created, but there is a hole there now. Luggage, you see, you just create this hole and just stare at it.
Johnny, what is wrong? You
5,
seem to be having trouble.
and it walks over you. It takes a swing at you as you duck down to look at this hole, and misses.
Put me in my own grave.
Yeah, you
And
start growing.
It goes to fire the firebolt at you, and it seems to malfunction and just blast sideways and miss you entirely. You just feel this warmth. I rolled a 1. You take 2 psychic damage.
Wild magic.
You take 2 psychic damage.
Huh, Mold Earth is a different spell from this. I don't even know this one. It's not normal.
It's your turn.
It's a transmutation.
Yeah,
Is it close enough to touch?
Oh,
Yes, it's within range of you now.
Shocking grasp.
So you just go shocking grasp. Cool, roll to hit.
what do you count?
Natural 20.
Nice.
box.
Roll damage.
Shocking grasp. Anyone?
It's 2d8 because it's a cantrip based thing.
Oh, that anyone looks like me. Yes, I do have the book in front of me.
I'm gonna make him read up on his
6.
character.
6.
I won't remember.
I will bookmark the pages in my book for you.
That's a
So
waste
you
of
gotta
time.
make him read up on it.
Just read up on it yourself.
That's too many.
So what did you roll?
pages that
6?
need to look through
Yeah.
the different song.
As the
I will read it
2d8s,
to him.
which is a crit, so it's
Three
12.
times
I'm
three.
sorry.
Weak to
I'll tell you
lightning.
what, I'll record it.
You rolled a crit.
All the
Crit doubles
abilities he
damage.
has, he
Oh,
has
cool.
put headphones on at night, and he'll eventually learn himself.
Okay, that's fine. He can fall asleep listening to you.
Guards are really useful if you know how to use them.
You roll, you grab the center chest of it, and it hits the center chest and seems to disperse into the other 3 arms.
Cool.
And now it goes Firebolt, Phantasmal Force, and Shocking Grasp. By the way, you're level 6? 7? 7 with us? If you have that cut of words, you have 2 attack actions at all. So when you go attack, you get 2 attacks.
Oh, cool.
Because you're level 6 and college is better.
You're not gonna like this. I rolled a crit.
He grabs me. I know how this is going to go. He grabs my head. Fireball straight down.
14 damage,
Oh,
critted to 2, which is 28 off the firebolt.
I'm
As
dead.
it
I'm
just
flat out dead.
point blank, it just goes and just blasts. Your-
1 attack. Right?
But it is halved.
Yeah, that's only 1
That
attack.
is 1 attack.
Does it continue?
It will stop the moment Johnny drops down and just kind of curls back a bit and just kind of
I look
sits
like Yamcha.
Are you okay, Johnny?
You can't talk.
That's all you hear.
Just
Just an ear coming out of my body.
I will then
And
turn
the
off
spell.
the mechanic, the construct.
The construct basically.
I will wander over, pick him up.
Hold on,
Right,
so
so-
5, 10, 15,
Close
20, 25, 30. Roll me a death save.
You better save yourself.
He's got 3 death saves.
Unless he rolls
Until
at
he
1.
does a rest.
16.
Cool, that's 1 save.
I hold my blood in.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to him now. You can heal him if you want.
Luggage.
Do I pick him up or do I?
There's so
Are
many
you
holes.
okay?
Start swearing.
What do you spend 1 round
Give up.
questioning
You
him?
will
I
die.
mean, counts as bonus, wouldn't it, to say he's
Grab a large stick,
Yeah.
pokes Johnny's eyeball.
Do you want to roll to see if he's alive? Because he's very dead looking.
He is. If he looks dead, then I will heal him anyway.
For
No,
one.
but I'm in a grave. You might be like, it's not the grave.
Actually, yes, yeah, he's in a hole. Johnny's in a hole. There's actually an extra 5 feet.
Let him roll a dice to continue to bury me alive.
Well, I can't reach you from
Hold
here.
on,
I have to
Johnny?
jump into the hole.
Just roll me a d6. Odd, you're in the hole. Even, you're not in the hole. And this will determine whether he can reach you.
I'm in the hole.
You're in the hole. He is 5 foot away from you. Cannot reach him with a spell. Another death save,
It is
please.
a touch spell too.
I know, that's fine.
Fail. Oh,
Cool, you failed 1 and passed 1.
oh there's blood.
From my death saving throws reset after a long
Yeah.
rest. Yeah. Just to make sure they don't permanently stay, because that would make it very bad. I could run.
Oh, I could run though.
To be fair, this is not the first time you've seen me unconscious and on the floor.
So on my last
You
turn,
don't run anymore.
as I looked down into the hole,
Sure, fine.
I guess he wasn't okay. And jump up. And
Does he land on me?
2 points. You are conscious again.
I don't want to be. Kill me.
I pick him up. I put him out of the hole.
I thought you were going to say put him out
I'm out
of
of the hole.
misery.
I drop him on his head.
I put him in a nice hole.
I'm sorry, it's gotta be this way. You broke your leg.
I will pick him up. I will carry him towards the teleporter, just like looking down at him. I thought you said you were. Okay.
Teleport out of town. Sorry.
Teleporter is to go.
No,
No,
no.
the door. Sorry, yes.
Carry some over
I just want to make sure you knew where you were going.
Is there a doorway?
Drew, I bought you something.
The way you got into the underground.
Does he smack my head?
No, it's a massive door.
I have you like just. I've got you here. As I get to pinpoints where you probably wouldn't fit, I will throw you over my shoulder.
Most things that you probably wouldn't fit in.
I am pretty much conversing with you, asking you.
Here comes the... Oh my
You
god.
said you were okay.
Am I form sentences?
Yes.
You're confident.
Apparently, yes, really well.
You're,
Okay.
out of everything else, your mouth just won't stop working. Everything else just hurts.
I was hoping for a better shot. I wanted to make you proud, that's all.
Roll me can you roll me a wisdom,
I
please?
wanted to make you proud, Dad.
Deception.
No, this is just.
I am.
17.
As you're walking, being sort of fireman carried by luggage out of the cave, you see at the corner of your eye shimmering of like a figure saying, "That was great." As he's just delusional.
Thank you, my god.
In reply to your, I wanted to make you proud. Pride is irrelevant.
I wasn't making you proud.
Pride is irrelevant. I would prefer you survive.
Shut up, luggage. I'm talking to my daddy.
I'll put him down. It was just to talk to something, okay. Can you stand up?
I said was.
Crumple.
I still think my hands are feet. I was a lizard. I'm very disoriented. I was almost seasick.
His hands are back where they should be.
Yeah.
He's generally back to normal and on 2 hit points.
He is slightly bluer than before, though.
Hey,
You can't tell if it's because he almost died or whether it's just an aspect of what's
Okay,
That's
happening.
what happens when I'm on low health.
do you wish to try again?
You know, I would, but it's a monstrous waste of time.
Maybe later. And I will just pick him up, ignore everything, walk out the door.
Yeah. Don't give me the opportunity to dick around.
Luggage is slightly, what's the word for it? Not disappointed, but upset that you don't understand how to ask for help.
You're more unimpressed.
My job is to protect my party members, my friends, my teammates, and you did not ask, and I could not fulfill my job.
Luggage isn't mad, he's just disappointed.
He's really catchy to me the whole way home.
I'm
The
not
entire
mad,
walk
son.
home, I am trying to put in the importance of the fact that you need to ask for help.
And
Do not think I will think less of you.
while you're doing that, I'm carefully putting my teeth back in.
No.
That's not a
That's a
molar.
molar.
That's not mine.
As
That's a
the
fingernail.
as the day comes to a close and luggage brings Johnny back to the airship, Dio and Bark have also turned up back at the airship. Dio seems to be very on edge, and Bark seems to be none the wiser of what's going on.
Not a good game.
As basically you seem to have
No,
now
I'm
created.
red, sorry. He's blue, I'm red.
So he went from blue to blue.
He went from blue to a slightly lighter blue.
So it looks like he's had blood loss.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Cool.
As this seems to be the new tradition, you guys are all in the kitchen.
I like the
Which
way you smacked
has
me
now
on the
reached
kitchen table.
The kitchen space has now been renovated a bit more and is actually larger to compact all of you guys as a group.
Is he lying on the kitchen table?
I would like to point out I have folded up the
Yes.
thing The
hole?
The hole?
Yeah.
Because it did have some important things in it.
Yeah, no, I figured that was from the
I don't remember what was in the hole.
A anvil. You're not him.
Fuck, I
An
should
anvil.
use the anvil.
Lift that damn thing up. Yeah, I can.
a bunch of the gear from the houses in the hole.
I will
I should have jumped in there and started making tools.
I will point out to Fitz, who isn't obviously here, and Drew that we have some supplies and tools. I have a. Where do you want this? As I open up on the deck a big hole.
I imagine you're standing in the hole, lifting the table out of the hole.
On the deck, I flick out the hole
Okay.
and show you that there is an alchemist thing and a smith. Where would you like these?
Where's Drew on them?
On the top of the ship, in your bedroom.
Where they've fucking been installed already.
Womp womp
Yeah,
womp womp womp.
The space for them has been installed. The
guess I would've
items-
gone through the front. The
Yeah.
front door still there? Yeah, the front door's still
The
there.
front door's still there. When you walk in, you notice that the hole that was in the middle that would have the drop area has been sealed off, and it seems
you guys sealed off the drop.
there seems to be
Yes, Nelson.
it seems to be like a carpeting kind of area that's been put over. Like they've just sort of made a path with like a carpet that goes through the middle, so like a path you can follow through. And there's a very clear. There's not walls for a room in the lower deck, but there's very clear sort of railing areas to sort of lock off. Here's a research area, and here's an alchemist area when you first walked in.
I'll put them all in place, and then I will put him in the. I'll go and make sure he's in the kitchen and making some food, and make sure that I keep him away from the making of it.
Oh, look at the stove. It's a pretty stove.
Yeah, most of the renovations have been done. The maintenance area, it's still the same weird looking kitchen gear, except for the fact that it's got a table with chairs because that's not really renovated. It just exists.
16 to make food, by the way.
The meal was pretty decent.
Luggage to make food.
Luggage is trained to cook.
I am the only one that is
Better
actually
than me.
trained to cook.
Yeah.
Think about it. I take a lot of humans and protect them. They need to eat. I don't. Might as well make sure they can. I also carry travel rations constantly.
So as the evening comes to a close, is there anything you guys want to do for the rest of the day, or
Bleed out.
leave out? No. Cool. So the night comes through. You guys all go back to your respective bedrooms, except for Dio, who sort of sits in the kitchen a little confused, as no one has given Dio a place to actually sleep.
No, I imagine I can't move myself, so I just went to the
I did
kitchen.
tell them the other, her and Buck, her and Buck, yes. No, him and Buck.
Oh, I am.
I did get that right.
I have
Okay,
boobies.
Yeah. We already talked about this.
Transgender D&D.
I did point out last night that there's a room. I don't need it. They can use it.
And my room is currently
You get the grey room again.
I would rather not sleep in the grey room. I think I'll just sleep with
In the
my head
kitchen?
on the table.
I still
Yeah.
go.
So you-
I'm on the table.
That's
My room is
okay.
empty.
It's okay.
And I won't sleep.
I'll make
No,
sure
you're
you're okay.
control.
No. I've only used 1 point. I've got enough.
I can't sleep. I'm sure you're going to pickpocket my unconscious corpse.
No, there's nothing I want from you.
If required, I will
Can I
not
pickpocket you instead?
So he will rest.
You,
Like,
you
you're
are
doing
so
so well,
much
so
fun.
well.
he will fall asleep. He will have to roll to keep himself awake if he wants to stay awake.
Yeah, I'll stay awake. I'll roll that.
I mean,
will
roll,
knock you-
roll me a concentration.
If you don't, I will knock you unconscious.
Hey, I'm out.
You're out.
He sits there and he's like, I will stay awake. There's nothing going to stop me from going to sleep. And you turn away and think, I'm going to have to maybe knock him out. Look back again and he's just out. He's sleeping almost half upright on the table, like one of those weird China dog things. It's just gone.
Ugh.
I will continue my patrol upstairs because we're still
You walk in later. Oh, he's awake. Punch.
Whoops, I meant non-lethal. Damn it. Heal him again.
Oh, I was dead for a minute there, wasn't I?
Again.
So the night goes through. Luggage, you don't really notice anything sort of out of the ordinary as you're walking around doing your patrol. You realise that you'd forgotten to close the door when you went there partway through the night and you're not closing it. Nothing's gotten in. As morning seems to break, a few of you seem to wake up basically at morning break. I think it's Drew and does Dio wake up at morning break as well?
Yeah.
Cool. So Dio and Drew are up and first.
18 for dinner breakfast.
Erin, are you a morning break person or are you just a whatever?
Usually whenever.
Okay, so you just sort of wake up whenever. Cool. So it starts coming through. Dio and Drew walk out of their rooms. Well, no, sorry. Drew walks out of the room. Dio just kind of wakes up in the kitchen. Because
Probably it's gonna be clank, 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 clank.
Luggage back for breakfast.
Coffee!
It's already, it's already brewed and sitting waiting.
Is
Coffee!
there a window that opens in the kitchen?
Not yet. They haven't been installed.
He tried to escape already.
No, I want to bomb it out later.
If I hear that, I will put a pot down.
There is a window hole. There's just no
I'm
glass.
a friend of Annie.
You can
Anorexia.
you can wander this hole in the window that you created the other day and just pop your head out.
Go on, Robertson. I gotta keep my figure.
There was a person.
Oh, Mama, what is that?
Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
Stop, son. Fine, stop.
The little rich boy elf.
So as the morning comes through, there is the sound of knocking at the lower half of the ship, and someone's just banging.
Alright.
Like there's knocking.
My God!
The thing opens up, and there is the guy who appears bright and early, waiting to start the next shift of their day.
Alright, you guys.
Yeah, finish.
Yeah.
And this group of like 4 or 5 guys kind of come wandering in and start continuing on with things.
Oh, so they're renovating.
They're the
I'm
renovators.
gonna walk out going, what the fuck is that noise?
So you walk out as a bunch of these renovating guys just walk past you.
Oh no, not them again.
No one can sleep.
Try to break!
I cast silence.
It only works on a 20-foot sphere,
I can't.
and you can do it on your
Cast darkness around the workers.
Silence. I don't have the darkness stuff anymore. That changed. Oh, you do. They can't work. That's a bad idea.
But peace and quiet.
No, it would be worse because they'll start screaming.
If you would like, I could knock you unconscious.
There's Joel, Jimmy
It will
Bob,
take a while.
Curtis.
The renovations will probably finish about midday because they're doing more of the touch-ups of things. Most of the actual main
So they couldn't
structure.
have come at midday and finish at the end of the day now.
God,
No.
March was the one.
No, they're
carrying
coming
it,
early in the
so-
morning to finish the job because if they can drag it out, they might make a bit more money. So
No.
it's easier to start it in the middle. This is their
That's
logic.
not how it works.
That's not how it works. No, this is not, the logic is if they can get an extra. Oh, we finished this. Do you want us to start this now? We can get a job in the afternoon because we're here, as opposed to coming in the morning.
If they try and pull some overtime, they're getting told no fucking overtime.
Oh, I'm not saying.
We get paid for overtime, bitches!
No,
We're gonna lose
we
a
finished
figure.
the work. Is there anything else you'd like us to do? Is
Yeah.
what he's more saying. We finished it before you were expecting it. Do you want us to do anything else?
More work.
I'd like a discount.
Yeah.
Some bastards.
You paid them. Okay,
That's
what's
what I
happened here?
thought.
You paid them for 8 hours. They took only 6. You have 2 hours of paid labour still.
Do you feel like we're doing anything else? Just a quick question.
Give me my money back, you
Mystic
fucks.
spell slots that I make, my mystic wizard spell slots.
Yep.
Power core?
Actually,
Yes, the slots would apply to that. Yes.
paid the
Yeah.
part of it.
Paid them
We're not
most.
going yet, but at the end of the day, I may go and dump everything and get some more money. The closest to the end of the day.
I feel like you-
Before I go to sleep, I would like to pretty much do that every night.
How much
I feel like you might drag me along one time and be like, to stop you from hurting yourself, we're going to use your spells.
No, I will tell you if you want to make money, here's a cheap and easy way to do so.
Sure, but only if you carry me. I'm still not.
So as the renovations seem to be less sort of taking up space and more just doing touch-ups and things and improving the kitchen and stuff, Falcor and Goose are on the deck with Bark and Dark.
Off on another adventure.
And basically what's happening is Falcor is sitting sort of somewhere in the middle of the deck, Dark is sitting on one side of the deck, Bark is sitting on the other, and Goose is basically running at Falcor, flying over Falcor and landing in front of Dark, who will pat it, and then Goose will turn and go back the other ways.
Ba-da-ba-ba, the adventures of Doom.
It's basically they're just running back.
Oh,
He's
that's
running back and
cute.
forth on the deck, and every time he runs,
Not Goose.
every time.
Oh
Oh god, and Bark is the barbarian of ducks.
Oh my god! He's playing Dr. Goose with Goose!
Okay, sure. They are playing Duck Duck Goose with Goose, except it's more just gooses running from
No,
one to the
they
other.
invent Duck Duck Goose.
I feel like it's meant to be duck, duck, goose, drake.
No, he's
No, that's the extreme version, or the ERL that happens later on.
10 per level, yeah?
It's more complicated and nobody likes it.
Yeah, 10 gold per level.
So 180, 200 gold a day.
What if I do it? We're gonna break it with wild magic.
Yes, we need
No,
multiple.
wild magic is different to the actual spell slot that you're giving up.
Cool.
Because it's not the spell itself you're casting into the machine, it's the energy required behind it.
Right, so
It's like you're giving up a battery to someone. Not necessarily giving up the phone that controls the battery. Kind of.
You're saying...
So I've got 10 spells over my level 1, 2, and 3.
No. So how many level 3s do you have?
How many castings? How many individual spells? Slots. 3.
So that's 90
And another 3.
for 2.
Yeah.
So that's 150 total.
And another 4 for level 1.
190. You can make 190 gold a day by dumping every single one of your spell slots before you go to bed.
Sweet, I'll do that. I need money.
I can technically make 210. I used one last night.
I imagine you're like, I know a quick way to make money. It's like, I don't have the energy for what you're talking about. And I think he's talking about brothel. So I follow him anyway and go, oh, this is way easier.
But not as fun.
Yeah. Well, I only get a certain clientele.
The 2 artificers already know about this. But so I would
Desperate.
Yeah, desperate.
Next
How much money do we need?
Most of the repairs are basically being paid for first.
We've paid for everything. Luggage just knows money is needed in general. Every time I go and purchase something, I just hand over my bag of gold and get it back. I don't know how much they took. I just get a bag of gold.
He's been lucky enough that he's gone to people who have been honest about what their money is they've taken from him. Some of them have, if he'd gone to the wrong person, just given them a bag of gold that was like twice as much, they go, oh cool, thank you, and consider it a tip. That's how naive Luggage is.
No, good
So
shot.
you come from New Zealand, went to the States, and we're like, what the fuck is tipping? I have to pay your wage? Alright.
But if I do those kind of dumping of spell slots, it will mean that I will rest for 6 hours when everyone else wakes up after I make breakfast.
Alright.
So you're technically defenseless in the way of my spells as you sleep.
Yeah, that's fine.
But then I will still be able to punch them. There was something there. So, carry on.
Luggage goes to his mind palace. A book.
The only one here technically has a
So you
9
just
palace.
like push your nose and the book comes out.
The only Sherlock worthy one.
If I
I'm
want to
your
go
Watson.
into my mind palace, I have to ask Drew to take me there. Right, what am I looking for? Carry on.
Not really good.
There we go.
What do you? So yeah, you guys have the morning. You know that you need to get a bit more, like bits of material and things to finish up the wiring to get to the cockpit to actually.
It's going to cost me 8 days.
Wait, we were meant to do that shopping
Watch out.
yesterday.
No, you got to that point yesterday, and so you can go shopping today.
Right. Okay.
You have this morning to go out and go shopping, and
Really handy to have a cat.
At least know how much is left. If I'm right, he's still got like.
Well, no, I mean, I can just go spend my spells and get some money. That's not an issue.
Spend your spells and get some money.
are you actively saying you guys?
So-
this is a conversation you guys are having. You're either sitting on the
There
deck.
is
Yeah.
the city has a power core, and I don't know if you have. Do you have detect magic?
I don't think I have, but I know power core because it's similar to the ship.
Like-
That's run by using spell slots.
I pop up, I have
Yes.
the spell
Yes,
magic.
like that. Except
It's a more extreme version.
But they pay me for giving them my magical energy. My mystic does not work. Although
How much
I have
is
a
it
thought.
per spell level?
It's 10 gold per level 1 up.
What would you ever be in a adventure?
So 20, 10 for a level 1, 20 gold, so 30 for a level 3, 40 for a level 4. So give me the numbers. How many level 3s? None?
None.
How many level 2? 2. So that's 40.
Right, 2? Yes, 2.
Man, I could just be doing that. all day.
80.
I know, right? Why are we?
A lot of people in the rest just do
Four.
kind of get by doing that.
So 40. Yeah,
Just sort of constant.
Damn,
But
I can actually math.
I can make a lot of
the
money.
reason why it pays a lot is because
Just
not a
switch
lot of
off
people
when
have
you
the ability
mention
to
numbers.
cast spells.
Oh, okay. They look at me and I've got just a bunch of shitty ones.
It's not so much the spells you're casting; it's the aptitude for casting magic.
God, they're like,
is
why
not
have you
that
never
common.
done anything useful? It's not useful. Spells are just fun fireworks, right?
Oh god. Would there be any issue with him dumping spells thanks to Loki and
Hey,
Spawn?
no.
He's decided that it's fine. Accidentally explode
It's,
the core.
it's not the act of the magic that's coming out; it's
It's
the power behind
Yeah,
it.
cool.
That's why I was using the analogy of a battery.
Just to make sure that it's not, he puts it all in, then the next day, the city's floating.
It's not how it works, but okay.
Man, I'm powerful.
So yes, if you have, as you have the ability to, or the magical aptitude, you could donate your abilities
Like
and
donating
receive
blood.
monetary value. Yeah.
What? Should
Yeah.
do that.
I wish they paid us like the
Or-
Americans pay people for blood. I'd give all my blood away.
Too
Kill
bad,
me!
I'm putting on a list if you say that too much.
too bad,
Please.
too bad you can't just then have someone come along, tap you and be full healed again, eh? But then ability
I don't
probably
want to be full healed.
You wouldn't need blood at that point.
Well, it's more like
I
me.
just
So
want to
we-
be. I want to be
Yeah.
raisin.
What have you got in the way of slots?
I got up to level 3.
Counting them.
Oh,
Inappropriate
Threes.
question.
I got 3 3s, I got 2
90.
3 2s, I got
How many
4
slots
1s.
you got?
190. So the two of you can get 190 gold a day. I can get up 210 and...
Technically, you can get more than
I can
190
get a lot.
because you can convert.
Oh, yes, I
sorcerer
got
points.
sorcerer points.
He can convert them into spell slots as
That's
well.
how I can get 210 rather than 20.
Because I got 6 sorcerer points.
Because I can take my
Yeah, so you
side
could.
points
I
and
think
then
it's
spell
2 points per
I
level,
get no
or 3
blood.
points per level, or something.
Not magic.
Yes.
That's right, you're a monk, you don't
So-
need money.
I just do the poo poo kick.
Yeah, monk doesn't have spell slots.
I just do the poo poo kick.
We'll take a quick break while the party figures out what's going on. And
They band together to fight and escape the drow infested deep down under to bring news of a new threat. This is a tale of the Guardians of the Gigaxy.
Hey there, you beautiful person, you. Do you like podcasts? Well, that's a stupid question because of course you do. Hi, my name is Harley and I'm from the Necropodicon Network. I'm here invading your personal space because I wanted to invite you to come check out our shows. Oh man, we have a whole bunch, just like a big old sort of bag of candy type of deal. We have true crime, comedy, TTRPGs, and varying kinds of movie reviews. The list goes on, I just don't have enough spit in my mouth. You can find all of these shows and more on our website, necropodicon.com. We also have extra profiles for every show on the network. What that means is you get to see our beautiful faces for free. The website is constantly being updated, so come on over and have a good time. What are you waiting for? No, seriously, what are you waiting for? You're on your phone or computer. All you have to do is
Hello, mate. It's Houses here. Do you want candy? You want my candy, mate? I don't. Do you want one? That's what nuns do. We have toilet room. Can I take something home with me?
Depends on what it is.
Alcohol flavorable shit. Nice. Scarred hand that is also covered in gold.
Christian lets you, but only because you're huge and intimidating, and he just kind of grimaces while you massage shit into his cheek.
No, baby, no. It was all that, mate. We don't get any taller. They're just small. Oh, I'm a bit more. How you going?
Hi, I'm Molly Craft.
Hello. Hello, little fella. That little master himself. You've done well, mate. Fat men like bluff.
So you take a seat. He glares at your shit sack.
This slowly expanding pool. Yeah, the wing is coming out from it. Yeah.
And he makes a show of picking it up gently as if he respects it, and then very kindly like putting it on the floor, not far away from your sacks, but not on the same table.
Therefore shouts quite loudly. It's a good move, mate. It's full of shit.
And to do good, Trestle Spoon.
I was just hanging out with the two best friends. They seem to be pretty into it.
We don't know.
Yeah, it was a common joke of the mate would be.
German accent you put on there.
I know.
Was it German? I think it was just an
weird.
accent.
I think it was just a voice.
Discount German.
Isn't that Dutch?
No. Dutch is pro-German.
Don't tell your mom, she'll beat me.
Big
Send
mistake.
NPC note on
I feel
Comatose.
like I should be a
Yes.
touch. I'm gonna touch one. I got all bloods.
So you guys, after a discussion with each other and things on the ship, you've all decided as a group to head in town, except for Dio, who's adamant about going fishing.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to roll an insight why Dio feels like it's important to go fishing?
No, don't you dare.
Sure, why not?
He fished, yes, she fished yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
I don't know.
cool. No one's suspicious.
Awesome.
You're fishing with basically the other NPCs in the party,
Okay.
which is Dark,
Oh.
Bark, Falcor, and
I'm
Goose.
going off 27.
Yay, Goose! I'm so glad we're stuck with him calling Goose. Goose!
The pains.
I'm still rearranging my organs.
It's just as troll.
Are you joining the party as well, or are you?
To make money, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
So,
get money.
yeah. So you guys get up to the entrance of the town. It's still got the same amount of guards sort of in front of it, but you all kind of flash different sort of membership
yeah.
things, and
Hey,
the guards
Jiminy.
kind of let you through. That's
Roll
much
a check. Is his name Jiminy?
No,
Shit!
the guy doesn't like the look of you anymore.
Oh, okay.
You like to look at me before?
That's
Oh,
unusual.
flirty.
As you guys start walking into the market area, you notice after the last few of you who have come in and out of the town, it's looking like it's picking up and sort of people moving around again. It looks like things are starting to get back to sort of normalcy, but there are a few more extra guards sort of wandering about as they're still kind of on high alert, but it's not so like hustle and bustle that you guys have seen in the past. As you guys start, are you heading straight to the factory to dump spells?
That is the plan first.
So, yep. So you guys, as a massive group, wander around, which is basically up into the factory district. Takes you about half an hour, 40 minutes to wander up there. On your way walking through the factory district, you start noticing some golems seem to be active, walking around and moving things around and things. None of them are visually reacting to luggage waving at them. On the odd occasion, a dwarf will suddenly appear out of one side where the golem is and sort of moving somewhere else. They seem to be sort of intertwining with each other and they're not really paying attention to anything else going on.
Do they wave to luggage?
They may look at luggage as he's waving.
Two of them who are looking like they're floormen sort of look over at luggage and he waves and they just kind of look confused. As you wander around and you get to the main sort of the donation office space area, and there's a couple of guards out the front.
Hello!
The guards kind of turn. Hello, morning. It is morning.
Look up this end.
I'm pretty much ignoring everything going on around me. Just in my book, scratching my legs in.
Yeah, cool. So you guys as a group wander in. As you walk
I wish
into.
to make a donation.
Oh, walk all right in then. So as you guys walk in, and basically it's this massive sort of opening, sort of empty doctor's office looking area with a reception desk at the very end, and it's just guards up the side of it now. And as you guys walk on, they all sort of all straighten up like they've been like no one else has come in today, and they'll kind of go. And as you guys walk past, you kind of have this feeling that some of them kind of relaxed.
At ease.
Most of them don't listen to luggage. As you wander up to the person sitting at the desk, and they're just scribbling away, and they look up and say, returning and new donations?
New
Permit.
donations?
Yes.
Donations.
I'm
getting money for this, right?
Yes, donating of power to the core, and we pay you per power.
Good. No, this free crap.
I need
Pull out like 2 coins.
the person pulls out a couple of sheets of paper and hands. So how many are donating?
Yeah.
I said that in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he pulls out 3 pieces of paper, puts it down, and then pulls out another one for luggage and gets you to sign out one for luggage, who signs it with his hand.
I bite my finger and sign it in blood.
The person is sitting there holding like a quill and goes,
It runs down my one really long nail.
Okay.
This is just more efficient,
Picks up
right?
your
My
shoes,
blood
puts
is.
it in front of your book.
I just go, my blood is really diluted. It's great as it is.
Basically, the sheet is asking who you are, saying that you are willing to give up spells, and how many spell slots you want to give up.
And wherever there's a full stop, I poke through the page.
And then there's a bunch of mumbo jumbo about explaining how, like, this
Keep my soul.
how it works. The process.
My guy's sitting
It's a standard
there
release.
But like
spending extra time reading through it all.
I like that mumbo jumbo.
Your active status.
Wait, you're telling me I can tell people I'm not actually here?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Do this magic for me.
are you all giving up everything?
Yeah.
I'll give it all my spell slots, but not my sorcerer points. I actually want to have
So
some
it's
backup.
290.
190, 190.
Yeah.
190. Okay.
Now people don't know you're online.
80.
Drew?
You giving up everything, baby?
Yeah.
80. And I will do the same, so 2.
give you everything.
So, as you guys wander down, you're led into this room that has this weird mechanical machine-looking thing as you walk in, and there's a couple of guys in there, and this person walks up to this vault thing and opens the door, and there is a sort of orb thing in the middle with a handprint on the middle. It's not a coherent size; it's more of a put your hand here kind of thing.
I could just walk straight up and
Puts his hand on, the orb thing glows for a little bit, and Luggage loses all his spell slots, and the machine lights up a bit more, and then steps aside.
But yeah, no, he does that.
I just hold him in front of him.
You feel like basically it takes 6 seconds per slot that disappears as if it's an action being cast. Essentially, you just kind of zoom, zoom, zoom.
Okay. No.
6 cells.
36 seconds.
So after that, Drew goes back. You feel kind of weird. It's
Man.
Sorry, I'm just laughing about something I'm gonna do.
Johnny or Aaron.
I'll go first. I'm just laughing at
We
him.
might get kicked out.
You walk up and put your hand on the orb.
No.
Bring goggles, that shit.
Who's watching him do this?
I'm standing there. It's not
Cool.
like I turn around and left.
The orb, when he puts his hand on it, flushes a slightly different colour, and then starts reacting. As that happens and walks back, one of the guys sort of watching him goes, "Do you actively control your magic?"
Hmm?
That's different. A lot of people have sort of tapped in, but you're one of the few who control the magic itself.
A sorcerer, yes.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting.
I say this out loud, you couldn't sound like more of a cock. So maybe just remove the dick out of your mouth.
Hey, my guy's not used to sorcerers not being around, so I just assume, I don't know if they're not around.
Privilege.
Aaron, you're able to walk away. You no longer have access to your spell slots again.
Shut up. Be quiet over
You
there,
control your
Thanos.
magic? Don't we all?
I'm so confused. Yeah.
I'm
That's
confused
it.
about
Technically,
this as
yeah.
well. But anyway.
That's it.
Johnny.
So the orb's in front of me, right?
Yes.
I turn around. Undo my pants.
The moment you start undoing your pants, the guy goes, "No, sir, your hand. Put it on the orb."
I go quicker. I want to put my butt in it.
Nothing happens.
I just start turning and walking. Okay,
I
whatever.
can shoot with more skin contact that goes faster.
Roll me a sleight of hand to see.
Sleight of ass.
No, it's fine. Sleight of ass to see if you can get your pants off fast enough.
Luggage just
If
gives
he
a,
fails, he shots.
Just to see if he can get his pants off quick enough.
if he gets his pants off, Luggage is just going to be like,
That is 18.
You're able to flick your pants off and hop onto this orb. And you sit there. And the guy stops and goes, we need to,
Careful, it's working.
shall I remove him?
Is it?
No!
Is it working?
I feel something.
nothing appears to be happening.
No, but then I just put my hands down by my side like this.
Yeah, are you just nonchalantly hiding your hands down. Yeah. When you get your hands down, the orb starts to take your spell slots.
It's working!
It doesn't do any more or any less time. It's exactly the same amount of time as it was for Erin.
Just so you got putting on some gloves.
Yeah, you see
The
that.
Jedi Goblin is like, what the fuck?
He's a bit of an eccentric one.
What the guy sitting there goes, yes.
Is that?
He's standing near a machine that looks like it's reading how much power's coming out.
He's got a lot of spells in his
as
ass.
he's ticking off each slot that is being used.
Is that a normal size?
Roll, I need to roll a deception.
Well, no, I'm asking the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll deception.
I don't know much about type things.
I've never looked at it.
21.
I mean, what are you
I
telling
made it look great.
Without even looking up. Probably not.
Okay.
Is it meant to touch his knee?
Yes.
Oh no!
It or the sex?
Testicles enlarging.
As the spells are being removed, you can hop off the orb.
I get pushed off.
You're then one of the guards in the room escorts you out of the room as the rest of you are led out. As you're walking out, the person who was standing by the door is handing you back your sheets that have little tick marks next to the amount of spell slots you've basically given up.
Mine's
As proof.
clean feet.
There is a note on yours that does say, do not let in based off past experiences.
So yeah, that's my one shot.
I'm not sure I'm ever getting money from this thing.
So as you go up to the person at the entrance, they sort of take each sheet, cool, open up a container and put out the appropriate amount of gold that Matt has not shown up about mathematically, so I don't have to worry about it.
You're welcome.
You're like that guy that walks in, I don't see the prices. I'm sure it's this much.
Is it free?
Yeah.
So you guys all gain this. As you're sitting there, one of the guards has quickly sketched up a picture of Johnny as you guys are walking out and has handed it to the reception person who's pinned it to the desk.
I'll be back, I'll just disguise myself.
So Johnny is no longer welcome.
Yeah.
It's alright.
There are more than one.
That switch is going to be next.
As I come
Luggage knows the same.
Saying another, should not let this person. They are the same person.
You see another poster of somebody else.
Alright.
Different artists.
So-
It looks so slightly different.
I was folding.
So you,
I was greasing my ears back.
Is Drew going to say we're going shopping first, or am I going to escort these
I
two to
don't
the
care
Athena?
which one. It's fine. As long as we get it done.
I will escort these two to the Athena.
okay.
He
How long will it
requires
take before I have to do shopping? This is more time I get working on my next Wonders convention.
So as you guys wander over to the Athenaeum, you sort of walk out of the factory district and back to.
So the Athena first to you, or is it message?
It doesn't really matter.
Alright, we'll go to the Athena first.
So you guys start coming through this district here. As you start walking past this particular area here, there is a house that has two guards outside the front of it. No other houses seem to have two guards.
It's Boyle and Boyle.
It's just two guards sitting outside this house as you guys are
I
walking past.
say it's Boyle and Leo.
It's Sad and Boyle instead of Crab and Boyle. Huh.
Yes, I got the big names.
There must be something important in there.
I doubt it. I don't pay attention to it. It's an invasion just happens, guards everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's just that outside this particular house in the street has guards. And then as you guys start coming up this way, there's still heavy guards walking around as well. And as you walk into the market area and start heading up towards the castle, there are a few more guards in the switch between zone areas, but there's nothing closed off or anything. You guys can walk through. And then you're heading to the Athenaeum.
Affirmative.
Yep. So you guys wander up towards the Athenaeum. As you start getting up there, you notice that the door is open this time.
I haven't been up here since.
Was the castle that was closed last time?
The castle's been closed, but the Athenaeum was locked up during the attack.
Oh.
This one went in while it was closed.
Yeah.
And I found goods!
As walking up to the Athenaeum, there is a few people who are sort of moving in and out from there. They look like they're just sort of popping in and out and stuff.
Yeah.
So, massive group of you guys walking up to the Athenaeum, wandering in.
Gonna be at the desk.
Yep, Gabby is sitting at the desk. She looks like she's trying to catch up on some sort of paperwork and she's writing things and stuff and she's sort of writing in and she looks up and sort of... Hi everyone, can I help you guys? Hi.
Books on cards.
Books on cards? Oh, sure, luggage. She starts writing something down and then the machine next to her pulls out a thing and goes, that section there for your luggage. And then hand...
Making sure.
Yeah, you've been given a slip with the lanyard at the same time. Hands it to you. Can I help with anything to it?
Johnny. Pat on the back. That way.
Okay, cool.
Where it
cool.
says,
Do you need a lanyard as
do
well?
not break anything or luggage will break you.
My pants fall out.
I take the lanyard off him, I turn him outside, stay here.
Better yet,
I'm holding my pants up.
I just drop a vial into your hand.
Oh, okay, and then my pants drop again.
Roll damage.
While asleep,
Stop flashing it on.
I'm trying to get him to not do anything stupid, so that
I shoot him every time he does something stupid in the hopes that he might learn.
No,
I can't heal him anymore.
Bad.
What's the damage?
4d6.
3d6. And I roll it.
Okay, cool. I should roll a 6 if you want it.
I put a rope around your pants and actually tie them up.
What do you require?
Relic exchange.
Did I fully help?
I haven't had many of them come through.
Yes.
One moment. Gabby sort of starts moving some things around and
I have
pulls out a container. Goes,
Yeah.
how big is it?
coin size.
Coin size, right? She pulls out sort of a little container that's about this size and places it in front there. Cool. This will help me identify what it is.
Pull out another pocket, a little damaged swashbuckler.
Puts it in there. Ooh. Okay, sure. She starts moving some things around, and the box sort of glows a little bit. And she goes,
Cool.
"Oh, wow,
Damaged.
this is."
Oh no, the coin's no. The swashbuckler isn't a knife. It's just what it's called, a swashbuckler.
That's just a coin, right?
Yeah, it's just a coin.
This is an ancient.
I love my name.
I look at you and go, I didn't
Roll-
realize you swung that way.
Roll me a d20 plus persuasion.
Gross.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help there.
Yeah. Persuasion's charisma, right?
Inspirational.
You look kind of pretty today.
Is this luggage talking?
Sure, yeah. That's just 10.
You look kind of.
He said swashbuckler.
I can give
I'm
you
now
one
listening.
platinum for this.
1 platinum?
Yeah,
you
one
got
platinum.
party now.
Cool. She takes the thing back and
It's
sort
half of what you just earned. It's 100, right? If my math is correct.
and hands you 100 gold.
Take one.
Well, it's a platinum coin, but yeah.
I would like. Can you identify us? Pull out my warhammer.
Not with the front desk here.
Broke the desk.
I don't need identify.
You just said that.
I already have identified. My curiosity is about whether there will be any further information.
Can you
from
give me
my
information
relationship.
about this?
It's a warhammer.
No.
Negative. Yes.
Cast an identify spell.
It is a unique.
Wow.
It used to be a longsword, and it was also a dual sword.
I'm
True.
sure about semantics again.
True. Did luggage get hit in the head recently?
Negative.
Always.
I'm not quite sure what he's on about.
When I kill things with this, it changes.
Oh.
It must have a partner, a friend, another one.
I love them.
Because that's
I
how
told him that word.
I
You thirsty? Want another drink?
Yeah.
You know who
Sure,
would be
why not?
probably better at something like this? Quentin.
Little fireball comes out.
He's still around. You could get him to use the same kind of
Whatever.
skill that you guys
Wait, I
have.
don't have fireball.
He'd be able to sort of identify the history of the item I told him. He's pretty good at that.
Oh, that would be
What?
good.
Can you ask Quentin where he is, please?
I can tell you where he is if you want.
You said around.
Yeah, he's around in the castle. apparently a cleric came into town yesterday and they're discussing talking to a potential informant, deceased.
I require
Roll a history.
well,
The only ones here who could... No, only Drew. This is a history for Drew.
I think that's one I actually have.
12.
12. There was a brief discussion before the actual fighting when you were sitting down and they were talking about interrogating Mark, the cleric.
I'm still alive.
No.
No.
No,
There was a
right.
cleric.
Oh,
we're
we're deceased.
I'm outside drinking my poison. Mark's not. Oh no, that's right, he's dead. Woo. That's the chest pain I had.
Well then,
Yeah,
as
that's
I have
the
lifted
chest
outside,
yeah.
away from them.
You're worried.
Walk on to
Thank you.
and walk to this area to go and have a look for these guidebooks and scan through looking for Ricky.
So
Even though you're
you,
interested in why I'm.
you wander over to the section of gods and things like that. You walk into basically the religion section. There's a bunch of different books and things on the different gods, and you skim through and you find one on Loki.
How big is it?
Can I kind of book sizes?
For a pamphlet.
It's just
Not good.
whether I need to actually read through it to find the important information, or whether it's just cool, there's a book. Okay.
That's what I read.
Then I will
Cool dude.
Sit down, bring it back.
Grandfather.
sit him down, grab Henry, Johnny. I won't
Great.
Who told you my alias?
You were screaming them, remember?
No! I said that really loud.
I will sit you down here. I'll put the book next to you. Mark's not with us. And I will wait.
And I put an arm around you. I think we're having a moment.
There is a goblin on my shoulder.
Bat.
No, it's in the goblin's butt.
Stab.
Roll the damage.
Drop some
Yeah,
motion.
if you want to stab him, roll a hit.
These are
He's trying to kill himself.
I've heard hostility, but this is ridiculous.
I say D20 reflex, of course. D4 for damage.
I have a pencil in my hand.
So, not sure to dodge, I assume I just hit them.
Yeah, if he's not trying to dodge, then yes, you will hit.
I wasn't looking.
Not D6, sorry.
That's what I was about to say.
I was saying it for attacking.
Get out a second pencil.
So,
Roll damage.
more
Yeah.
plus.
Plus Dex. Because it's a finesse.
Oh, you're lucky. 4.
You're stabbed.
Oh, I got like one of those red pencil marks in my hand now.
Please do not kill him.
Yeah.
If you kill him, I'll give him one of these. Wow, that's
Roll sleight of hand.
not gonna stop him if he goes to grab it.
Cool.
Okay. No sleight of hand needed.
I
Drink.
would just switch it with an empty one.
3d6.
Drink.
As you now drink another. I'm assuming. Fire.
Oh,
No, it's acid.
no,
Oh,
that's
more.
46.
I assume, did you have more that you were handing in?
No, it was just-
No, I was saying
It was
one. I just want to get the money.
14.
Yeah. That's full.
Where did you find this?
24.
A while back.
Not when. Where?
Where?
That's gonna
Yeah,
come
in my
out bad.
pocket.
No pocket.
Not my fault.
When you.
I drink it and then a pop of green smoke comes out.
I'm like in the thing and I found it on my journey
No, I got like
In
a
your
hole
pocket?
down.
in my pocket.
Shouldn't have swished it around in my mouth.
I was thinking both conversations going on. My brain is just
I have a hole.
I've got
Yeah.
Aaron trying to not nonchalantly tell people that he's just finding things without actually saying where he's found them. And I'm at least discussing Johnny dying.
I'm really happy with how
This
this
is
is
true.
going. I'm just
Just found
fishing.
it in your pocket. As you're walking.
Out of game, I was putting stasis with it.
Yeah.
So I found it in my pocket.
Just to make sure it wasn't alive.
No, it wasn't alive.
Because they would, in theory, be doing insertion to the ground.
That's why I was trying to be careful how I said it.
No, that's fine. You found it in your
It was
pocket.
some time ago that I found it in my pocket.
I know that you from
But I'm saying it in the thing that I don't want to get have too much attention.
that you were in stasis and woke up.
You are not the most interesting choice in the room right now.
That's why he's trying to keep it long.
Yeah, if anything, all eyes are on them.
Yes.
Slowly melting.
I'm up in green smoke and I have holes on the bottom of my lip. I swoosh it around in my mouth.
I put my hand over the box.
Not claiming responsibility.
And it like spills out down my chin.
Gabby kind of goes, can he stand outside?
I can. And
There's a
Being
corner
tied
around.
up.
Can I
I
stand
tied
at
them
the
up.
door with the book so we can read it?
What did you want out of the information from this book?
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, what sort of information were you wanting out of the Book of Loki?
No, that's the same reaction. Wait, huh? What do you want to know?
What's he about? What does it say in his bio? Does he sound right?
Having a skim through the history of Loki and sort of
dogs traveling in wine?
They don't finish.
Alright.
More of a fan of horses.
The book doesn't detail like a biology of Loki. It details sort of his involvement in the history of the world and sort of how he's interacted with things. And it sort of states how he's known for being sort of chaotic. And like he's never really been like, some people have seen him as an evil person, but other like it's sort of a non-biased thing where other sort of tribes have seen him as a god sent, and it seems to be very much a case of he does it for him, so if this benefits him, he'll do things like that. So a lot of this book seems to detail he seems to be the god that takes care of a lot of the trickery sort of things that are involved. A lot of like thieves guilds and things like that have things to do with Loki in them as like a sign of like protection, sort of like we're going out to rob somewhere, so have a locket of Loki that can protect you, like as sort of a thing.
Yeah. Right.
So he seems to be more associated with thieves guilds in a lot of other groups, and in others he seems to be sort of like a lot of stage clowns and things, sort of like entertainers sort of use the trickery side of things to sort of use him as like the butt of jokes and stuff like that. So he gives off sort of this, there is not sort of a good bad kind of vibe to him. It's more of a craziness for the sake of this is fun, or let's see how this works, basically.
So how does it say like Loki's likes and how to get favors with Loki?
A lot of it seems to speak into like people being favoured by Loki when there have been people who have been sort of pulling pranks and things, sort of that mischievous side of things, but also sort of a lot of, as you read through this, it sort of fits a lot of what you've done already. It's,
while reading it, I'm scratching my tooth through the hole. Interesting.
The chaos of the nature of the world being untapped and sort of the weird experiments of madness that happens is what entertains him. So almost acting impulsively for chaos' sake seems to be his favour.
But you don't act impulse. You just are.
He's
like, cool, I understand it, I throw the book away.
He's not so much a fan of sort of following rules to the letter, and often enjoys the loopholes of rules that exist.
Cool.
Do you actually try to throw the book away?
Yeah.
I stop you, catch it, and I push you out the door. As I push you out the door, get you out the door, onto the ground. Stay.
You compact my ass.
Do
into
not
the ground.
move. And I will turn around, look back where it's meant to be, make sure Drew. Make sure Drew and Aaron have no other tasks that they wish to do here.
I'm good. I just need some money.
You weren't there for anything in the first place. Cool.
I just need to
Goodbye, Gabby. Tap, tap, tap.
My teeth feel
Say
really
goodbye.
cold for some reason.
Gabby sort of like, bye, ladies, bye.
Yeah, I feel all this breeze coming through my mouth.
Bye.
Okay.
From your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have playing the video because I figured that's probably what it's going to be.
One of those
When we
contraption
get outside, I'll grab him by the shoulder, stand him back up again. I told you to respect the book.
Can you speak through the hole?
Yeah.
Whistle.
You see my tongue and I'm like eating through the side of my cheek. It's horrific.
You should learn to respect things more. and start
I
walking.
genuinely look at you dead in the eyes and I'm like, why?
That one has nothing to do with respect. He just grabbed it and drank
He's
it.
pretty much Cartman. Respect this, irritating.
No, but I'm not nearly as aggressive.
What are you guys
Nowhere
going to
near
do?
as evil.
I
Yeah,
require
aces.
purchases. He requires aces. I don't want to leave this one alone.
I think I may need a doctor or a plastic surgeon.
Rest.
Porque no stores.
Magical healing would probably help as well.
Some doctor walks the street. Oh my god!
You mean-
Get him in
You
surgery.
could just.
You mean like he can?
We'll just see how many reactions. If it's not too many people, then I'll know.
Maybe you will start throwing money at me.
I will take you.
I won't heal you for that. Sweet, grab that for us.
They think of
A lot of the town guards, as you walk past, some of them kind of go. One of them goes, "You should get that looked at. Doesn't look good."
Are you gonna put him in prison? One of them says.
That's rude. It's a condition. He doesn't control
I'm
it.
drawing your coin.
I can't. Whoa.
So, are you guys splitting or what's going on?
Well,
It's like he's probably becoming a fan
Yeah.
of just the pair of
I just stick my
My
whole
shoulder.
fist in my mouth out and shake.
I'm going to take him to aces.
Okay. So you wander. Are you
Wanna know
going
how
back
we
to
got
the
these holes?
front of the castle or the jail side of the castle?
We've
aces.
given to me fake
I will walk towards the front of the castle. Is the door still closed as it was before?
It's still
I
closed
will
yet.
take him round to the prison.
Okay.
And as we get to the prison, I will inquire as to whether is aces inside.
One of the guys at the entrance goes, one moment, and sort of disappears. Then comes back and goes, nope, he's currently on a task at the
I don't
moment.
want to know.
Location?
The castle.
How unfortunate. I guess we can't really get into the castle.
Negative.
What exactly are you needing to see him for? Look,
And look at the person who actually wants to go. He requires an audience.
Personal audience with him.
oh. I mean, once he's finished with the council that they're meeting, I'm sure he'll come out of that. He's head of security for that.
It can wait. As I don't have any security for
Can you
anything.
tell him luggage and company are looking for him? We have a ship now. He will know what it is.
Okay, yeah, no, we can pass that on.
Turn around and walk us towards the factory district. It would be the marketplace. but
It's
this
the market.
is for my
Armor? It'd be market.
Cool.
You're buying stuff. Market.
Well, last time I got armor, it was from the factory district.
Yeah, that
because
was-
they gave it to me.
It was a time of war.
Right, at the marketplace. Where are you guys heading? What's going on?
I'm just following now.
He's holding me by the head.
I think.
No, clamped on the shoulder.
What are you specifically looking for? You seem to be the one who's wanting to shop.
Yeah, so I just need those ingredients that we need to.
I bought them yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, no.
Yep.
Sorry.
So that
To be fair, there was some of it you didn't buy.
To be
or
fair.
bring,
the
because it wasn't growing. Because Mr. Druid can't get his shit together.
so you wander to probably the only shop that would make sense for magical items, being
I don't know why.
Martin's Emporium.
Magical?
Magical item based things. So you wander in, and you're getting luggage to walk you in, right? To the Emporium.
I'm being told where to go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you walk in with Johnny by hand and are greeted with a hello. Ooh, that
My
doesn't
least
look good.
favorite shop.
Oh shit! Right, Johnny, drink this.
I'm so glad I'm not here for this. I hate
Put it
this
in through the
character.
hole. Skull, skull, skull.
It does that, and it sort of heals up over you.
20.
Do I know to pull it out of the hole? Because I got the
The moment you pull it out, it heals around.
He just feels with the bottle and he's got a bottle sticking out of his mouth.
God damn.
How can I help you, Golden Goblin? I'm hoping it wasn't just for that.
I dropped the bottle. I don't care.
As you go to drop the bottle, it sort of gets caught by something magical.
Technically, it's just Chris.
Oh, okay.
Once one gets used, it goes away.
Bullshit Disney shit in here.
It's
You
called
got 20.
Cool.
magical regions.
Um,
For a reason.
what the hell do I need again?
Basically, you need magic conductible.
I'm requiring redstone.
Basically, yes. Basically,
Right.
yes. Yeah,
You bring up the YouTube video of the thing you're trying to make, and you're like, and you
Yeah, I list off what I need.
Yeah, conductible minerals for casting magic through, and so that's very much like the system of the city, basically. Yes, I can help with that. And he wanders around and goes into the back of the store and comes out with a sort of a bunch of gems, and puts the gems down in front of you and goes, basically what happens is you've got to melt the gems down into the pattern and direction around the item involved, and then can be tapped in that way. So, have you got a heating component-based skill?
No.
Or
Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can
Not today.
model something together.
But yes.
I imagine the workshop we've got.
could do that as well. Yes, it is. And then, do you want it to be how much?
I have a fits.
How much magic are you expecting to pump through it? Sort of quite a lot, or is it a small enchantment, or is it sort of
Yo, DM, how much?
probably an average
It's a
amount?
ship-free
Yeah.
phase,
Just your
not
average
single
amount.
phase.
In that case, you will need to. You won't be able to get it from me, but someone in maybe even the docks area. You'll need some sort of wiring or copper of sorts of material to help line the tubing of the thing when it melts into shape.
Remember how we went to the clockwork place and stole all that crap? And start pulling out copper wire.
Yes, things like that. How much do you have?
Fitz will be happy, that'll save us some money.
That's not a smart question. As I start just
Oh no!
We have a lot.
Then you'll probably be fine. Yes.
I'm only using one.
Each
hand.
of these gems is worth about 10
You're wrapping it around
each
it.
for its conductibility. So,
I'm in the middle of the spool.
how much do you think you'll need? You need sort of a decent room's length, so something from one side of the room to another, or
Yeah, I'd say so.
then you're looking at probably maybe about 50 gold's worth.
Sweet, I'll take it.
Done. Cool. One moment, and he disappears and comes back with another box of gems. Puts them down. That's 50 golds of conductive gems.
I can make mental slaps at you too.
Thank you.
I'm in the background, furious
Is
about
there anything else I can help with?
You're trying to
All
explain
I
it to
need
me.
is thank you. My friend might want something.
You make it hot.
Reference the luggage.
And then it
I
melts.
require more protection.
Sort of armor of sorts.
Affirmative.
I can help in shot other side with. Come! And he gets up and walks over and pulls the lever, and the wall sort of moves slightly, and he walks into this other shop.
If this guy actually had copper wire, I'd be like, who the hell sells in this town? It's all the one guy.
I could show
It's
you
the
that.
best.
Yeah,
If that's a question, I will take you outside and show you the shop.
yeah, but we already got a him.
I'll follow him through.
There's no reason for that.
Escorting this one, that
Did
one
you
on my
see this
shoulder.
kick-ass suit I got?
Are you
Feel
going
like he has,
anywhere,
like,
or are you
five
just
followers.
following?
He's just following around.
So
So
Oh, we know.
He walks in
It
and
is.
shows you a bunch of different plated basic
Half the
armor.
population is just related to the family. They all look the
Yep.
same. They all
Players
sound the same.
1500.
How many assholes do they have on this ship?
100. Which I can.
And we think they're like,
I'm assuming none of it's going to be magical for the cost of 200.
None of this gear, it's all basic adventuring gear, basically.
I will buy split flail and
That's how
a
it
share.
goes. I was like,
Because I
my
assume I
friend
had to do
does
this
5
one.
cats. I thought you had
Yes.
one.
Yep, no, cool.
Okay. I now have 21
The
AC.
same cat over.
I feel better again. As I stand in the middle of the
As
shop.
you're leaving, he turns and goes, how is the other tiefling's illusionary cloak gone? She came in earlier and
Stationary.
mentioned you were a friend.
I was
Have
next.
seen-
I was
The
there.
cloak?
Yeah.
No, you haven't seen the cloak, but you
I,
know you've heard stories.
I'm assuming it's doing very well.
Ah, very good, very good.
That quickly. It was yesterday.
no, like you started hearing stories about this cloak. Was it renowned?
I assume either Fitz or you or someone.
No,
mentioned
I'm
it.
going more Bark hasn't shut up about how like bear no bear kind of situation. And
We've heard about this new game called Bear No Bear.
I will point out that it is stationary.
yes, it's
Probably
a
just
basic
assume
illusion.
it's something back with-
Yeah, some shit he came up
As
with.
I'm just waiting for this
Let's see how
armor
that
to sort
ends.
of integrate into myself.
Bears don't
It's a very
disappear,
you
that's
probably would like to
nonsense.
watch that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably
Just
game with.
you-
Sure they
you
do.
might-
Cast invisibility of background.
You're watching him integrating into him. Yeah.
As slowly as
Make sure she's aware that as an illusion, it's very basic in what it can do. I forgot to mention to her that the cloak will actually move the head as well.
and I now have
I
21.
don't know if I passed it on.
And how many is it?
21.
Put my arms on the boat to make a little.
That's with my shield. 19 without my shield.
I don't even
Now
know.
let's
My
see if
AC
I'll
is
remember to
small.
tell you.
That's
Always sorcerer. and
It's
everything.
okay.
So what's going on?
he's like, damn it, you've got 21 AC.
Yeah, I've only got 15.
I have 19 AC.
It sucks to be you. I also have
Oh, the poor sorcerer.
The poor sorcerer who shouldn't be going into the front
I'm
line.
in leather, I'm already go 16.
I'll still go front line. I'm a front line
You
sorcerer.
don't need to anymore. I have a friend
You're
to help
out.
me.
Cool. So you guys have finished
If
shopping.
I cast a spell, I stab him.
Yes.
That is me. That is me.
That was required. There was something else I think that was required. I can't remember. Was there something else?
Why
You
kill
wanted to
people from a
see
distance
races.
when I can stab
You
them?
wanted to learn about
I
like,
know I can kill
movement,
people from a distance,
punch,
but stabbing's so much more fun.
Would you at least look into their eyes? And
I
watch
would
the light
like
go out?
Of course.
to investigate buying
Actually, I
Waste
shoot them.
otherwise.
I do shoot them more than I use magic.
possibly just made out of wood. That would be fine.
I mean, in its own right.
Maybe.
That's a
Statue
form
of
magic.
A duck.
Physics is very.
You're pointed to just across the way. There is like a blacksmithing area across the road. They probably could do some sort of carving like that.
Start a cult. Start a cult.
Or actually no. I'll just.
Well, the wrong character. It's the wrong character.
Fitz has wood carving as one of its abilities. Never mind.
That's what Fitz is
On our
doing
walk
today.
back, I would like to take a tree, find a bit of wood, decent size, and carry it to the ship. Or there may be some scraps left over from the repairs. I don't know.
It's probably some scraps depending on the size you want.
The old kitchen.
I would like to
There's
make
a pile outside.
Bark. Or get Bark a duck statue. So that he has something to sit there and just like.
So,
too?
It's a little bit past midday, and you've finished going shopping, and you've sort of come back to the ship. And as you make it back to the ship, Bark and Dark have sort of wandered in, and Falcor and Goose are sort of moving around behind you.
Fine.
And there is a guy standing at the entrance of the airship,
Uh-oh.
and he sort of turns to you and goes, "So we've finished all the renovations. Is there
good.
anything else that's needed?"
I said first.
You are not.
That is in-game.
None of us are here. It's just this one.
You install a lake. Indoor pool. Indoor pool. Remodel the grow room. Make it the red room.
Can you
Put the meditation mat in the grey room.
can you feng shui the grey room?
Of course.
Make it.
Roll for interior designer. Roll.
Of course, I can feng shui the.
As in make it nice because I'm a monkey, see, and the grey doesn't do it for me. It
So
stresses me out.
Are you wanting colours and things?
Yes.
I don't mind you see all
Oh, of course, we can do that easily. Of course.
Yes.
Check if he's lying. Not self-confident.
What kind of colours are you wanting? And shapes and sort of symbols and things like that?
Types. What do you think you can do to this world?
I would like little bears up the top
Oh, of course, yes.
in black, and the walls I would like a light green.
Okay, can do that. Easy.
Imagine your interior design saying, what? Saying what?
So, you, about half an hour goes by, and you can hear the sound of some sort of argument going off between Johnny complaining to Luggage about something as they're sort of moving up, because he keeps saying things, and Luggage is like, no.
You're messing up my hair.
Too bad.
Where's the hole in my lip?
I missed my holes.
And as you're standing in the shop, the guy walks back past you and goes, so let's add that to the bill with an extra gold on top.
That's all good.
Alright, cool.
Don't talk for like a minute.
I'll go get the missus and she'll take care of the rest of things.
No problem.
And this guy falls down.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Have they finished?
Yeah.
That's common.
It's common. I decorated your room into my room since you don't sleep. I hope that's okay.
I let go of
I hope that's okay.
When the relative was affirmative.
Awesome.
As you say, I do not sleep. Or do not require sleep. At which point, letting go of Johnny, I go to look down.
You know, I'm the ship.
On the ship.
No, I like to think you're gonna low power without letting go.
We still.
At the front door, after I let go of Johnny, I'm going to go into low power mode. Because if I rest for another 6 hours, I can go back and get another 210 gold.
I just imagine you forgot to let go. So you just stand there. Oh
Roll me a strength to get out.
no! Yeah.
I did say I let go, but I like this bit. Do you
19, I'm out. Oh my god.
if you want to compare it to my own,
Yeah, okay.
No, because you're not actively fighting this. Your hands are frozen still.
Holy crap, that's what death feels like.
What do you mean?
I
you know what
remember
death
this
is.
I felt my world closing in. Again.
I can still see the world and interact.
So what time of day are we at?
It's a little after lunch.
It's about.
If you require me for anything,
Just open your head up and start pulling out the
Cogs,
we need.
cogs and things. Yep.
food, there is the spices. No, wait, that's grubby.
I have
No,
to.
First you pull out.
Yeah, as you guys come in,
if you pull stuff out,
yeah.
you hand it down to me.
So you're just handing cogs and things down.
Yeah.
As this is happening,
I've got my
Goose
shirt open.
flies over and lands next to you and looks in and then looks at you and has this perplexed face as you're like pulling cogs out of thin air.
I can see the end of the universe.
I do that one.
You see a smaller man inside like
it pops its paw in
What
and
do
it
you want?
comes out and it just seems
What
to
do you want?
it's just doing this.
I love Goose so much.
Right, she might. We're trying to work in here.
You might want to teach him how it works.
Oh, it's a no.
You have to think of something
Think
first.
of what you want.
Bacon. Bacon.
That may run out, but should be good for a little while.
Technically it's jerky, but close enough.
That's jerky, sorry.
Goose stops halfway through this.
Salt cellar.
You see Goose halfway stop doing this, turn over, and then just hover down to Falcor, who's watching, hands it the jerky, and flies back up to next to you again as you're still pulling cogs out of luggage, and pulls out another piece of jerky.
I pull out a
Jerky.
bunch,
Okay.
hand it to him.
Jerky.
And then
They're so
pull out
afraid
that
to mix
close
up.
back up.
Goose just kind of sits there, looks at the jerky, looks at Falcor, and then just kind of hops off the luggage, lands next to Falcor, just sort of, one for Falcor, one for me. And just sits in the front of the entrance, he's just feeding Falcor, who just happily just eats a piece and just sits there and waits, and then eats a piece.
Watch that for like a minute.
It lasts maybe 30 seconds. The two of them are just scoffing down the jerky, and then they finish. And Falcor just kind of has this face of, oh, that was fun. And kind of just kind of sits there.
Keeping track in my mind of a rough number of how much food is left in my hand. There's lots of actual bread.
Okay, I've got fish. I've got fish.
And it's jerky.
We can always
Throw it in my head.
Throw the fish in.
We can
All
install
alive.
a freezer.
Goose turns and looks at you, and then flies back up to luggage, and then starts just pushing luggage's face. It doesn't understand how luggage's head opened up.
I wake up. Wake
There was a claw that's like this over one of your eyes.
I would see him do this as he's doing it because I'm aware of everything that happens
but
around him.
as you're doing this claw basically lands on your face, and it's essentially a cat pushing the side of your head. It's just
Are
going.
you okay, Goose?
Wants more jerky. Climb down.
You need to open here.
It sits back and then push, and your flip top goes.
Are you like holding
Yeah, no, I've got my shirt up like this, but it's too heavy,
Leave
so
it
it's
open
clearly
and
made
turn
a
it back
hole.
Turn back on.
Well, let's collect that up.
Jerky.
It's like, yeah, I got it. Nothing.
You are out of jerky. There is a pile of jerky at your feet. If no one does anything, Falcor and Goose will
I'm
eat it.
not unhelping.
They're gonna eat the jerky, guys.
You can say this, you can say this, you can stop them if you want.
There's a pile of jerky. If no one does anything, Falcor and Goose will eat it all, and luggage will be out of jerky.
Is that good for a bird?
It's
not a bird.
It's a fairy dragon.
I'm gonna go for me then. I'm like,
It's a
okay.
gay dragon.
I'm basically saying you guys are out of it.
Can I do arms with astral cells so I can grab the jerky?
Yeah, you can.
Nice.
So you watch as Dio sort of struts, and then these extra arms come out, and Dio suddenly grabs 4 arms worth of like jerky and pulls up like 90% of the pile and is just now standing there with 4 handfuls of jerky.
I walk over, pick up the jerky, and start eating it and walk off.
Luggage isn't caring.
Cool.
Should I put it back? Or continue
I'm gonna
to
put
do
it back in the head.
Okay,
With
that's,
the extra arm.
it's easy enough for you to just go.
Yep.
All 4 goals.
Lock.
There is no lock.
Super cute.
You can shut it.
Sold.
I would not solder my eggshell.
Um,
I would stop you before you solder it.
So you can go up to the cockpit and you basically sort of sit down and Fitz will follow with you, and the 2 of you basically line up the copper and things sort of together and sort of start melting things down. It takes you about an hour or so to get everything sort of melted down and sort of in shape, and then sort of cover over this and sort of wires and all.
Do you need me to melt? I can't. I need to
We
see
can
if I
figure that out.
Actually,
Fitz will have gear.
I'm
with
helping.
you.
Between what I have as a toolkit
Well, I
and
didn't-
Yeah.
what he
I
has.
did.
It's,
Fireball.
it's
Fireball.
not magic fire, it's just it needs heat to be able to melt it in shape.
I did
Yeah.
bring you a smithy.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there'll be something for that, and I mean, a tinker's set along.
I
Yeah.
brought you a smithy. Remember? I installed it last night.
I'm helping,
well as
but I'm
I'm
still
talking.
thoroughly fucking confused on how this happens. It's like how to make it. So I'm like, I do it, and I'm like, I still don't understand it.
You're not doing anything, you're just watching.
No, I'm
We
like,
don't let you touch a damn thing.
I'm like pressing the thing to make the fire hot, and I'm like watching. I still don't get it. How does this work?
Fire.
It's like, I get the fire's hot, but how does the gym become a liquid?
So
Way above my head
a
grade.
couple of hours goes by.
Pat.
As you guys finish this whole thing up, you've basically wired up the ship, and it now requires some spell slots.
How
So,
does sand
get it
become
going?
glass?
Who's power? Yeah.
That's way above my pay grade.
As you guys are there,
Intelligence of 10, dude.
We all that right now.
you guys hear shouting from down below.
Probably won't.
Hello!
Down
Do I
below.
recognize
If they come
that
to the
voice?
front, if
I
they
do
come to
not
the front
answer.
door,
You don't answer.
I don't answer.
where are they?
They're down on the ground outside the ship.
Can I piss
sort of
off an
walking
opera?
around.
When they come to the
I
front,
would not be
It will-
surprised.
it comes around the front.
All their outfits.
What's up? No.
someone's calling out hello
Alright.
towards
I'm
the
blown
ship.
away.
I'll go down and actually open the door.
So you wander down to the door,
Yeah.
and luggage is there, and you notice this sort of smartly dressed guy with like a sword on his hilt sort of walk around. You notice Vandle.
Oh, okay. So, no, yeah. When I say do I recognize the voice, as in, is it someone who I would respond to?
Yeah, that's why I said yes. You do recognize it.
Is it the
Well, I
dwarf
recognize
from
the
yesterday?
dwarf, and I would
Yeah.
go down for that.
No, different voice. No,
Okay, no, in that case I do.
Yeah. Vandal's standing there at the bottom of the ship. I heard you guys had acquired an airship.
Yeah.
I wanted to see myself.
How long has it been since I went night night?
An hour.
I'm gonna stay there. Well, no, actually, luggage would wake up to that. It's a friend. Hello, friend.
Threw you off there with that.
I thought
Very nice.
I tried to wrestle with
So, bit of news. We've questioned the Mark character that was brought in.
My heart skips a beat. Oh no, he's back!
my eyes glow red rather than purple again.
Quinton thought it might be essential to figure out where as much details as he could from this Mark character as he could.
I just don't know who Mark is.
Yeah, I'm scared. He's
Dressed
ready
like
to
you.
kill and you're perplexed.
I in fact,
I
and
see
he
these hurt.
pulls out
Except for
a
you.
map of a local area and it's got like a marker there and he's like, I've actually been tasked with investigating one of the areas that he spoke of as being a checkpoint of sorts. One of the questions was there a rendezvous checkpoint you had to go to and where was it? And out of the questions he seemed to answer, this is one particular area. It's quite a bit travel by horse. Quentin made the suggestion of why not ask you if they want to use the test in a maiden voyage for the airship to go off and have a look at the area.
I require assistance from Quentin, I say as I turn
When were you
around.
hoping to leave?
Do not leave without me.
Obviously, you're not leaving.
Like a kid, we're going on a beach day.
Today or tomorrow, perhaps?
I mean, it is your ship. I'm quite happy whenever. There's no time limit on this, but I mean, more information before it gets cold, the better, sort of thing. So,
wasn't vomiting then.
It's sort of mid-afternoon. We could go tomorrow morning if that makes things easier.
You know exactly what I would do.
Alright. Am I...
Either hang here or.
Could I have a room here?
Negative.
No, I'm in the background like, what
You
the
can
fuck?
take my room for the night. I shall sleep.
No, the
I'm-
guest
I'm-
room is a kitchen.
If I'm travelling, it doesn't have to be a massive room. I mean,
You can
You
take
go
my
in the
room and
kitchen.
meditate in
You
the
have a
kitchen
sleeping
on
room,
the
you
floor.
can sleep on the deck.
You can stay in my room
There-
because I sleep on Valco.
I'm getting real mad.
Yeah, you can have a room without a bed.
There is an order!
Yeah, I'm sure we can find somewhere.
You lock me in the kitchen.
so I guess we'll ship off at dawn then. Sounds good.
Why wait?
Another question. A small angry dwarf hasn't come by at all, has he?
He has.
Did he find Johnny?
I don't know and I don't particularly care.
You look at me.
Okay, cool. Because he works for one of the Athenians up in Rowan Bay, up north of here. The owners are actually quite concerned. Johnny's actually the child of the owners there, and they've been requesting his return. And the dwarf seemed to be adamant that he was the one who's supposed to be doing it.
I throw my voice.
I'm sure you can pass on the news that he's fine. And in good company.
Ignore that, guys. It's just Mikey. For now, at least.
I'm sure we can pass it on. If it's okay, I can go back to the theatre and I can pass the message on to let them know he's in good company then.
Yes.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Alright, no, all good then.
Yes.
I guess I'll come back.
You or not?
I'll be back and we can ship off in the morning then. It'll be like the first day we met.
Indeed.
Without the pirates.
You never
And less falling from the sky.
That's where the frog is, right?
What was that?
Wrong Bay. That's where the frog is, right?
Yes.
One of the elements. One of the
You're gonna kill it.
frog, yeah.
No.
No, we're not.
One of the elements.
And
We want
with the
its
mission
magic
being
to
6, we're going to
exist in
end
the
it here.
world.
That's
I know.
right. It's a good thing you sleep in.
Johnny goes to kill a frog. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, I'd have to say, if you were tempted to do that, good luck.
I feel like
No one would help you.
you've got like the big playbook on what's meant to happen. You give me the pamphlet version, like, do not kill frog. Do not kill this.
I will give you a meta now. You know the giant robot you were dying against?
Yeah, no.
It's a lot stronger than that.
And you would have to get through luggage first.
If anything, it would just be, yeah, sure, fight it, and then we help it.
Just like when we tried to kill the phoenix and then realised that wasn't a smart idea and turned on it, so we're gonna kill it.
It's gonna eat me. One shot.
And with that, goodbye all. Chaos and all. Bye.